teleport and fuck it.
Because Mario Kart has, I know what you mean, because you mean like with Smash, like everything goes slow, but Mario
Yeah.
Kart is like this adaptive
It's like one
gameplay where
person's.
where the game gauges what it
Yeah,
should do.
you see one person teleporting, and you're like, all right, fuck it, he's teleporting. What am I gonna do?
Mhm.
That's what I see.
Well, the Switch Online is trash. So I mean, doesn't matter what game, it's trash. So yeah, I went to live. Just figured we'd get it started. Wait for T and Terrell. Hopefully he's joining.
Yo. I don't like this shit, but you can never see these shadow click live things anymore.
No,
I
I
know.
like
I'm
it.
thinking the same thing.
I like it.
Son
I
of
like
a
that you guys
bitch.
can't see when we go live anymore.
No, well, I was right behind, so I saw it right. Like I have it on the stream. You know what I'm saying? So I saw it pop up this time.
Yeah, I figured, we can just bullshit for a few minutes, get some people in here anyway, because it usually takes a few minutes before we get a decent amount of live viewers. So, did have a few questions in the Discord, not a lot. It was just a couple.
But you know what? We could talk about one question for an hour and a half. Yeah.
That's true. I didn't actually pre-read the questions. I just saw there were some. So I don't know how in depth. Yeah, there's some that could take some time. What is the worst Nintendo home console? Think about that one.
Going through all of us, that'd be.
Think about that one.
There is no worst, yo. There's no worst.
Definitely.
Well, actually, I think the worst. Oh, I can't. That'll be for later.
Yeah, we'll answer that. It depends on. Does he mean dedicated home console or just worst Nintendo platform? That'd be
Because to me, I feel like that'd be an easy answer, just because of how things have evolved. I don't know.
Plus, if you want to get us going for like an hour, somebody just has to say in like a Discord, "How about the Breath of the Wild?" and we're gone.
Oh my god, that game is gorgeous, yo.
So I'm going to talk about my Dragon Quest XI demo experience so far. I put an hour into the game, and it was surprisingly. I was engaged for most of it. I got to say, I was surprised. I don't love the battle music; it's kind of annoying. So that kind of bums me out, but I was surprised just by like the opening cinematic, like the production value is really top notch. Of course, this is like a very popular franchise in Japan, but we haven't had too much like exposure to it here in the U.S. And I was surprised at just how far they went. It felt like a pretty big AAA type production value wise. So I got sucked in a little bit with the story and. I played through until you leave your little village and went to this like castle, and it was huge. So I was like, man, I found out, like Terrell said, it's like a 10-hour demo. So it's definitely worth checking out. I was pleasantly surprised. It's a game. If there wasn't other games coming out, if this would have been like earlier in the year, I probably would pick it up based on the demo. To be honest, it's pretty good. I don't like I said, the battle music though. It's pretty terrible. I think. It makes me not want to do battles.
It honestly, what affects me in that game is definitely like what you said, the release date. It sucks that it's so close to so many other things for me, where it's like that's another like huge game that I'm just not ready to dive into. It's like I can't.
Yeah, and it's like I said, the production value is high, but also at the same time, it still feels pretty dated, like in the animations and stuff. Like you still have to like. Your horse, you press up to make it run forward. We've been spoiled by Breath of the Wild and shit now that it feels a little dated in other areas. But I was pleasantly surprised. So that could be a purchase someday for me. So I would recommend downloading the demo. I didn't check the file size. I feel like it took quite a while, so I'm guessing it's pretty big.
When is that ever a good time? I was going to say, when is that ever a good time? To
You ain't buying that shit.
to get these games. It's like as you know, I just bought Starlink and bloody Battle Chasers, and and we got Astral Chain coming out. Like you might as well just buy them and sometimes just let them sit there, and then whenever you're in the mood, you can get around to it.
Well, it would have been real nice in like February, March, April, May.
Definitely.
And this game we bloody saw when the Switch was even.
Yeah, they announced this
isn't it?
for the NX like in 2016, and it come out. I really feel like they started pretty much. It feels like they really started from the ground up, because it isn't impressive if it's just a port. It feels beyond a port to me, though. It feels more like they really started from the ground up and reworked it.
handheld mode yet?
I have not.
Look like they got Vaseline on my screen.
Oh, really? It's no Breath of the Wild visually, but it's a pretty good looking game overall. I don't like the character design of the eyes on some of those characters. They're like looking like they're cross-eyed, but I don't know. Terrell, did you check out the demo, or are you just waiting for the game?
I'm just waiting for the game. I did download it anyway.
Well, I mean, the save file transfers over, so whatever progress you make, it's like basically getting the game early.
I was actually gonna ask.
I like that trend. I like that trend.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's dope.
Specifically, what Juice thought of the graphics of the game, because
I think it looks good. It's like I felt like I was impressed by the scale and stuff, but of course Breath of the Wild spoiled us with all it's doing, with all the physics and stuff. And like this has I would consider more basic animations for the characters and stuff.
Man, every game can't be Breath of the Wild.
No, not like the flowing grass and stuff.
When you said that.
But it does feel like what I expect it will feel to play Pokemon Sword and Shield in the open environment. Like it feels like it's impressive, but still being held back by maybe I don't know if it's just a design choice or if they're just staying close to what they were doing in the past. The Wii U generation, the Wii and Wii U generation games, because it kind of feels like playing after I played Twilight Princess HD after all those years and just seeing how kind of stiff and robotic the animations are compared to some of the more current games. So, but I mean, it's an RPG, so I don't think it's that big a deal. But it was just something I noticed. It was a little wonky, maneuvering around, but I did enjoy it. So,
no, I tell you what the problem is there with Twilight Princess. It's not the stiff animation. It's the lack of analog stick control.
The console it's on. Oh.
It's the lack of analog stick control, because you'll tilt it forwards a tiny bit and Link's already pretty much in full walk.
Yeah.
And then full run, so you don't have that level of movement and control. And
Dragon Quest is like that too. Because it's like sneak up on an enemy and you get a early strike. So I'm like trying to creep, and I think there's like 2 speeds, even through all of this. Maybe there's 3 different like a walk. It wasn't quite a walk; it was like a fast walk. And so yeah, that might be it. But other than that, I mean, I was really surprised at overall with the game, and I'm actually looking forward to playing more of the demo, just to get a better idea of it. But I mean, like Robert said, it's almost a full game, and by today's standards, at 10 hours.
It is, yo.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And I was doing Japanese voice acting. Somebody in the chat says that the voice acting was bad for. Where did it say that?
Wait, for Dragon Quest?
10 out.
Where
That's
did I see
certainly
that?
longer.
Oh,
I feel like it depends on what you like. I mean, Dragon Quest also uses like British.
yeah, I didn't try the English.
Yeah, a
act.
lot of like Scottish voices. And shit.
Yeah.
Hopefully, it's an actual British person.
Ironically enough, it's kind of like Xenoblade in the sense where it kind of throws you off. You're like, oh, all right, this is what we're doing.
Scottish accent.
As long as it's not a
Welsh.
some
Welsh,
American chick trying to sound British.
No, it's not.
That. But the Japanese voice is like perfect.
Well, I think because in this one they don't know. This one has the option between the two. And in the PS4 release last year, you could only listen to the dub. That was it.
Yeah.
So
I call it definitive version for nothing, son.
for once, it actually is.
The demo doesn't let you choose the 2D style.
No.
Yeah.
But I probably would have switched back and forth if the option was there.
I heard that the way you have to do it, it's not as like seamless. You have to like go to a church and then switch the mode there.
Yeah, I don't even see how it works regardless. That's crazy.
Because essentially, I think they just took the map from the 3DS game and said, all right, here you go. And from what I heard, it's literally, it's not like a one-to-one thing, but it's so close that like you could play the whole game in 2D mode and have the same experience.
That's insane.
But could you switch back to the 3D mode after halfway through? And
Yeah. You can switch
when you want.
As long as you go to a church, which are like the save areas of the game, you can switch. You just can't do it like on the fly, like if you're
not like Monster Boy or some shit.
It's not like on some god tier shit. That's
for those that have played the demo though. The hero, he's a moron for leaving Gemma behind. That dumbass. I don't know if she joins the party later, but
Bruh, have you seen the girls on his party?
I like the
Yeah,
one in the
bro.
green with the black
Jade?
hair. Yeah.
Jade is a baddie, man. We fucked with Jade.
So we gonna be starting the podcast. Whatever
It
now.
started, man. We got 25 people watching. We're in.
I'm just
Yeah,
saying.
for
For
some
some
reason,
this
Juice-
bitch whenever now. You know,
Yeah,
Okay.
Juice has been really like fucking maverick about this shit as of lately. Like
No,
something's wrong.
He started really early, yo. It just randomly. I was like,
Let's
oh,
start at
shit.
6:48. What the fuck is that?
Why not? It takes 5-10 minutes for a decent amount of people to get in. So I figured we just start and bullshit for a little bit. But anyone else play the demo?
Nah,
No?
I haven't downloaded, but I don't know, yo. 10 hours.
Obviously, I did. I'm like
What
8
the
hours
10
in,
hours
I
is a
did.
fucking
Oh, yeah.
is intimidating to you, Robert?
For a demo? Yeah.
You're just trying to see if you like the game, Robert.
If I don't like it by the first 2 hours, how
I
am
don't
gonna
know,
go
man.
to it?
8 hours. That's like that's longer than you're gonna get out of
Uncharted.
Yeah.
I'll go to Uncharted.
How
But
fucking
also
dare you?
The Order 1886.
What's what?
The Order 1886. Remember that shit?
Oh,
was
obviously.
6 hours.
It's 3 times as long as that game.
Honestly, I think you can get
Probably more time in that $40 Metal Gear Solid demo.
No, that was like a 5-hour demo. Then yeah, you're right.
But I mean, it's
The Link's Awakening is not much time in that either, so just to throw that out there.
Luigi's Mansion 1. I mean, at least.
I heard
I beat
Astral
that game in like
Chain.
6 hours on Game Boy, so I'm just telling you.
Astral Chain is a 15-20 hour first playthrough.
That's cool with me, yo. That's good. That's good.
Hell, the original Bayonetta is only like a 10-hour game.
Yeah,
I
I
can see
mean,
we're
It's
comparing
actual
massive
10 hours.
RPG.
It's not like 4 hours of cutscenes and shit.
But that's why, like, it's like, you
It's
have,
action packed.
yeah, that's why you have those 10 hours for Dragon Quest, and then they're like, here's another 120. And like, oh shit, what? What'd you just say? That's a little daunting.
Has anybody played Dragon Quest games before this?
that's
I
not
tried-
since the NES.
No, nerd.
I tried 8 on the 3DS and I got like 45 hours in, and I was like, "Yo, I can't fuck with this control. This control scheme was driving me nuts." I was like, "I gotta play this with like a controller or something." So I had to put it down. But
the only one I played was
After 45 hours, that's
Dragon
so-
Quest 7. Beat that. Probably like 150 hours in that motherfucker.
okay, that makes moves. Okay, I'm about to say, I was like, "God damn."
Yeah, it ain't.
Yeah, people
ain't
gotta
no joke.
understand. For those who are uninitiated, Dragon Quest is notorious for having like 100-hour playthroughs. Like that is
Yeah.
like the default for most of the games.
Yeah.
It's only-
It's kind of like the Tales of series, though. They also have like
Nah,
really
Tales
long.
isn't that long. Tales is like 50, 60 hours, if that.
Yeah, I can
Oh,
knock
it's
Tales
not
out.
that long.
Yeah.
He says 2 days of real life.
Well, see, listen, Robert, you don't play RPGs. Like I had over 100 hours in Persona 5. And
I get that, but that doesn't mean it's short, bro.
Hold on, Robert. How many hours you putting in Animal Crossing, batch?
Yeah, but that's over the course of years. You play. a half
Okay,
an
it's the
hour.
same thing.
All right, but I'm just saying.
I don't beat no Dragon Quest game in no month. It should
yeah,
take
the
me-
fuck you
That
talking
should take
about?
me like a year, man.
Yeah. Also, you're playing Xenoblade 2, which is also known to be like a 70-hour game.
I'm still not done with
Yeah,
Xenoblade. I got
yeah,
90
I
hours
know,
in that
I know.
bitch.
Yeah, I
At
know.
80, you'll learn a new mechanic, a new skill.
Yeah, it's
a new move.
pretty funny. I feel like Juice Harper's on that a little bit.
It was
too much.
crazy. I mean, I was kind of rushed. I wasn't rushing through, but I mean, I wasn't like
Oh, you talking about Xenoblade Chronicles
two.
first, or Xenoblade Chronicles X, or are you talking about 2?
In
Well,
two,
both of them.
in
Fuck it,
two,
both
you
of
they
them.
taught you something new at the 80-hour mark.
It's not, first off, it's not that big of a deal as a mechanic.
I know,
Although
but
if you-
it's just like I'm saying is like you're still.
That's way late.
Mhm.
it's kind of it's like a plot relevant mechanic. And to be fair, unless you care to do post game shit, it doesn't really matter that much.
See, I'm 90 hours in. I haven't even seen that shit yet.
Well,
And
it's
that's
probably
because
because you're still early
I'm
game.
bullshitting too much. Well, that's
I
another.
can say 90 hours in. I have no idea
Ironically
what
enough,
you're
it's I love
Well,
how it's
I'm right now. I'm chapter 7. I'm at chapter 7.
I love how it's 2019, and I think literally me and Juice are still the only ones who've beaten this game.
Well,
I think.
yeah, I'm
I know
dude, I'm
people
getting
that
there,
do
yo.
that,
I'm
do
getting there. Chapter
Robert's
7.
No,
Robert-
Robert, I don't want to
Clocked it, beat
down
it.
you because you
What are
did.
you talking about? Yeah, I beat Xenoblade.
Okay,
Robert, yeah,
sorry,
Robert
I
came
didn't
up and
know.
caught me, so you can't say shit about Robert.
No,
I'm
I was gonna say,
actually-
I'm gonna give Robert props because Robert has made a lot of progress this year. If nothing
Yeah,
else,
I'm
he-
actually
He's
gonna.
killing it.
Progress in
I'm
life.
gonna have
in
a
general, yo.
video. I'm gonna have a video up about that pretty soon for once.
I see you learn
Like,
I see you learning from
something.
T now.
It's because we don't play games the same way. It's like I said,
No, for sure,
when,
yeah, no.
when Robert was at chapter 5, he had 30 hours in the game. I just entered chapter 5. I have 90 hours in the game. We don't play games the same way.
There ain't that much to do before chapter 5.
There is
Yeah, but I was like,
enough
how
to
much
do
are
in
you
the game.
doing?
I think you're just really dragging it out. is what it-
No, but
doing
no,
like
like
side
that's what we
quests like
play
a
games not the same way. Like I said, I do a lot of the diving, a lot of random combat. I do a lot of the side quests, a lot of the recipe shit. There's so much to do
Yeah,
in
there's
the
a
game.
lot.
where-
Okay, look, first of all, I'm gonna put this in perspective. There is a lot to do. I also think you're dicking around a little bit because some of the shit that you
But
can
that's how
do
he
in the
plays,
game.
though. That's how he plays, Dick.
No, because the point I'm making is the shit you can do in the game. A lot of it requires you being able to go to like later areas of the game, so you'll never finish certain side quests until you beat the game. Like
Too much
that's
dick? Is it too much dicking?
Terrell's been
Okay, so-
plays it while he
No,
has
an example.
while he's dicking.
An example, for example, to put that in context,
that fucked me up.
Terrell,
G.
you would understand, is that I just now only finished the fucking side quest with Vest, which was goddamn bullshit long.
Oh, I hate that. I hate
And
that. That's
and
like
I put
bullshit.
time in that shit, and that is not a 1 hour quest.
Well, I'll tell you what. I
It's
don't
not,
do side
but it's
quests.
also fucking cryptic, and I hate it. But that's a whole nother.
I
thing.
think I played about 2-3 side quests. That's all I'll tell you. Maybe
Robert,
maybe
you never
Yeah.
do side content though.
Well,
Robert,
the reason is honestly, it has to be entertaining. You, I kind of feel like
Robert,
do the blade quest then. Shit, don't even
Robert's
do.
the type of person to run through your front door and run right out the back door.
This is a kid who didn't even cook in Breath of the Wild, so
Gotta go,
Jesus
Steve. When I
Christ.
see you.
Robert,
so
like,
basically
Robert,
we got two extremes here, two extreme play
Nice
types.
house. Bye.
Yeah, two extreme opposites. Yeah.
All right, so I'm just gonna share a quick. It's like a, oh goddamn, I can't think of the term I'm looking for.
Anecdote?
No, when somebody gives you like a warning, like on feels like a put together a little video to help the general public.
A
with some-
PSA?
Caution?
PSA,
A
yep.
A warning?
Public
Oh.
service announcement.
Okay.
Be
The
careful
more you know.
if you don't have a Switch, or if you're thinking about upgrading to the new Switch with the new battery life.
Okay.
I noticed a post on Facebook Marketplace yesterday. $200 Switch. In the photo was the new box, and the dude's like, I don't play it much. $200, and I'm thinking, I bet you this motherfucker put his old ass Switch, original Switch, in that box and kept the new one with the new long battery life. I fucking guarantee it.
Of course.
But put his post like it was just like, yeah, I'm selling the Switch, and didn't say anything about it being the new one. Just has the photo of the brand new Switch. That ain't no.
But he could have traded it in and made an extra $35 off that bit.
Yeah, I don't.
That's how much he knows. You could trade it in at a GameStop and get $235 for it.
Really?
Yeah.
For an old
That's really
Switch?
good.
I don't know how long that's gonna last. It's a deal they're running.
Fuck. I mean, I'd be
That's
shocked.
I was
really
thinking
good.
about it. I was like, well, these Joy-Cons I got here, wonky than a motherfucker.
Dude, TriLink's like, how do you know that? Because he's selling it for $200, and it just came out last week. If you were lucky enough, if not every store has the new one yet, so you don't spend $300 in Michigan. It'd be $320 with tax, and then just sell it for $200 just for the hell of it. What you do is you buy that one, and then you try to sell your old one off, and think somebody is gonna try and outsmart you, see that box, and think they're getting a new one for $200. It's clever, and it's not. It's buyers should be smarter, but
Yeah.
I mean, you still want to look at the thing before.
Motherfuckers be lying. Oh, I barely used it. Shut the
Mhm.
fuck. I
Yeah.
barely used it.
Of course you barely use it. It came out this month, yo.
He had that shit. No, he had that shit since day one.
Probably a launch system.
Yeah, his
Fucking.
Joy-Cons is doing backflips and shit.
They don't even. Yeah, they slide right out.
It just don't even work. Man.
But if you could trade it in for $235, that's pretty generous.
I don't know if it's still on. That was last week I saw.
I don't know how they. I mean, what are they gonna sell? An
Well,
old?
they'll turn it around and sell that bitch for $250. They'll get profit out of it.
Yeah.
Still.
Plus, they're getting the sale of the new one.
Yeah.
I mean, like Switch right now is on that like market high, so it's like you can get away with kind of
Nintendo,
spending a lot
I mean,
to get a lot.
it's well, not quite 3 years in, maybe 2.5.
Yeah,
They had an
2.5.
opportunity to fix some other grievances, and they decided to just make it look indistinguishable to the naked eye, like, and just make it identical. I was like, man,
Change the box color a bit.
could have fixed the fucking kickstand. I mean, they could have fixed the Joy-Con locking mechanism. Just some small improvements.
Stop complaining. This Switch is about games, Juice.
Yeah, I did fix my kickstand for now. It's got that rubber on the end. It's like a harder rubber, and it would just fall right off. So I not quite boiling water, but really hot water right before boiling. I put the kickstand in there, and then I took it out and immediately and like pushed it, crunched it up, like the rubber part, so it would go back. It's hard to say, it's hard to describe, but basically the little fingers that would grab, I just press them back into probably their original position, and then I put it in cold water, and so it would cool quickly in that position, and now that fucker I could barely open the kickstand again. So that was
more complaining. You're starting to sound like Black Bond.
More complaining about a free fix you can do to fix your kickstand. It takes
somebody actually told me that on Twitter. I sound like him now because I made some complaints.
I should actually make a
sycophant.
I should do a video on that actually, because it's a free way to. I mean, mine literally, I couldn't. As soon as I tilted my Switch to the bottom, facing the ground, the kickstand would fall open, and now it takes like I have to have fingernails to get it open. So it's a nice little fix. Probably help a lot of people out actually, because I was looking at all the aftermarket ones, watching reviews, reading reviews. I was about to pull the trigger, and then it just seemed like every one of them has some kind of annoyance or problem. Nintendo doesn't really come out with, they don't sell them separately either. So anyway, oh shit, now I forgot what one of the topics I wanted to talk about. Got a little sidetracked.
Only you know, Juice.
I know.
You want to talk about how Rey is turning to the dark side in the new Star
no.
Star Wars movie?
Nope. Don't care.
Garbage.
Don't care.
Garbage.
The Switch trade-in for $225 runs until September 15th. That's good to know.
There you go. I might do that.
But like I said, it's for me. It's that's a $95 cost for an upgrade. I mean, if I played portably, I'd do it for sure. The battery life.
If your Joy-Cons do what mine are, you might do that shit.
Yeah, yeah. If they'll take that back when the shit doesn't even stay in, if they take back any condition, I would do it if I had an issue. I've always had I get the rub on the bottom right corner of the screen though, with the dock. So that's annoying.
Funny, this thing was built properly and like quality wise, like the Wii U.
Yeah.
No man, it's perfect. Shut your face.
Well, the Wii U had that shitty high gloss plastic that you touch it once and it was scratched. So that was.
We're talking about durability, not
yeah. That was a bad choice to use the gloss, but god damn it, you guys keep distracting me. I'm trying to think of the topic I wanted to cover. Terrell, why don't you talk about Pokemon Sword and Shield? You played the game. Why don't you talk about it?
He sounded like he's bullying me and shit.
Well,
why don't you get your shit together and talk about the game?
Go ahead and give your opinion on the demo you played.
Okay, all right, relax, Mr. Pushy. Jesus Christ. Yeah, I went to Pokemon Worlds.
Got an echo, by the way.
Yeah, I hear a little bit.
Not me. Oh wait,
I hear it.
Oh, T is the problem. That's besides the point.
No, now it's good. It's fine.
We're good. Okay, we're good. It's
If I
cool.
woke with your internet, I'd kill myself.
Jesus Christ. Oh yeah, but anyways, that's why I wasn't on the podcast last week for everybody. Some of you guys know because I mentioned it on Twitter and stuff, and y'all saw pictures. But like, I was at Worlds, and there they had the demos for Sword and Shield, and they also had the demos for Masters. That's a mobile game. We ain't about that mobile life.
Wow.
That should get you in trouble. That's all I'm gonna say. I still remember my days from Fire Emblem Heroes. It was dark times and a lot of money was spent. And we don't talk about how much money was spent. Just for context,
one day, man.
Oh yeah, one day. Shut up, Richard.
That'd be a great story time, you.
Hey, listen, that's later. We're not doing that right now. Anyways, the Sword and Shield demo, for those who don't know, is essentially the E3 demo. From what I understood, it literally is the same demo, and the demo is literally you going through a gym and then fighting the gym leader at the end of it. The main things, which means any of the improvements you may or may not have seen in other trailers, don't really apply to this footage because this is from like June. I mean, this gameplay is from like June. It looks good. I didn't notice any graphical issues with it. Also, I'm in a gym. Like I wasn't in the fucking wild area where everyone wants to point out this N64 tree, quote unquote, and the bullshit that devolves around that can't be looked at in a gym. The gym looked great. The character models look cool. It does still have that like DS fucking stiffness where like instead of them having like fluid walk animations, they just kind of like turn to the side, then they walk up to you. Graphically, like especially some of the trainer intros and like the Pokemon coming out and that kind of shit, even the Dynamaxing and stuff, shit looks great. I'm also glad to say the battle pacing is fast. I'm so happy about that because Pokemon fans know we've had some games that either lag or drop frame rates, and we're not about that life again. So it's good to at least see, especially with the Dynamaxing. I was like, all right, cool.
Of course, it's fast. They got no animation.
No.
Oh,
that's
Yeah, they actually hit each other.
No, yeah, that's cherry picking is what I'm hearing, sir. But that's besides the point. The other thing is that just because you Dynamax your Pokemon, which is the making them bigger mechanic, that is not like an automatic win button. Like you can still take a hit or two from a Dynamax Pokemon, even if you yourself aren't Dynamax, which was my major concern. Because I don't want it to be like, as soon as I fucking Dynamax, I've won the match. Like that's a boring fucking mechanic. And then some of the announcements, and then some of the meta game announcements they made at World, where they now have either certain abilities that cancel out very common setups in like meta, but that doesn't really apply to the main game. It's just the gym match. It was only like 10, 15 minutes. I enjoyed what I played. It's still on pre-order. And I didn't see any trees, so I can't give it a 0 out of 10. So yeah, that's it. Did you remember, Juice?
Nice.
I'm just curious. What was the main reason you went to? Because you didn't really talk about it much beforehand.
At all.
No.
That sounded so sad.
They'll drop that shit on us.
Oh yeah, I didn't mention it with you guys. So first off, I had never flown. I've never been to DC before.
You never flown? Oh wow.
But I half of the reason was the Pokemon event itself. The other half of the reason is that some of you may know I have other things and videos I do with an entirely different group of people.
You lie.
And those people wanted to meet up. And I was like, cool.
His real friends.
No, not real.
Wait, I take offense to that. The way it was, and those people wanted to meet up.
Why
He
you?
put us down. Real quick.
Oh, Jesus.
His Pokemon is loose friends.
No, God, here we go. But some of these people I have no longer.
Did you guys drink some milk together?
Milk?
Pokemilk.
No.
Pokemon.
Oh, the joke. There actually is a Pokemon that makes milk, so I thought. Unfortunately, I forget. Juice doesn't know enough.
You guys are a milk fan base, so I was just wondering if you were.
No,
drinking
that's that's the direction you were going.
Yeah, you
All right, Juice. Juice,
Hit the same fucking game.
GG. But yeah, the other half was because I have my Pokepod. Our group wanted to meet up, and that was cool as hell too. So like, it was just kind of a chill weekend. I just enjoyed myself, and I didn't get back until 9:00 Monday, so you guys were already done.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the reason.
Cool.
So in this Pokemon game, could you was there a game mechanic where you can pee on the floor and everyone can grow funguses or something?
That's a nice segue. Death Stranding. Oh, by the way, go check out my comedy video from earlier last week.
I forgot to watch that. I gotta go back and watch
it. It's about Death Stranding.
So good.
It's Death Stranding and its new gameplay mechanics.
Oh, God.
I couldn't. Dude, when I saw that footage, I was like, oh, so this is the kind of game we're playing now. I'm gonna just wait until this comes out on Blu-ray and then I'll watch the movie.
So you tell me after that shit that Kojima ain't sitting around smelling his own farts, then delicious.
But T, weren't you excited to see that Jeff Keighley's in the game?
Oh
Man,
my God.
That shit is unbelievable nepotism. That is disgusting. It was despicable. I had to take a shower after I saw that.
Did you hear the crowd cheer though? They were like, yeah.
Cheering.
That's like a scratch my back, I'll scratch your back type thing. No, it feels like because
you mean more like suck your dick.
I wanted to say the exact same fucking thing.
That's not. You ain't touching nobody's back unless it's after you've already finished hitting them from the back. All right, that's what that is.
At least they're not releasing 2 versions of the game that you gonna entice people to buy both versions.
Yeah, but at least people aren't buying the game.
Jeff Stranding, Jeff Keighley, and Jeff Stranding, Norman Reedus.
Norman Fetus edition, and then Jeff Keighley edition.
So,
all right.
And no matter which version you get a bucket full of cum regardless. So it's cool.
Oh, gross.
After all this time, you still ain't seen anything significant when it comes to gameplay.
No.
You're seeing shit.
Actually, the last trailer
People
or
are
whatever.
still defending this shit.
It generally feels just like a meme, that whole fucking game.
I'd say the last thing they showed had way more whatever this new thing was, where it showed riding a motorcycle, and I mean at least doing something other than walking. But
with that awesome pipe combat he had.
Fucking big ass backpack on his back.
Yeah, it's so stupid. It's so stupid looking.
Running around.
So, but it's gonna be. I'm gonna be shocked if it isn't a fairly highly reviewed, high Metacritic.
Oh, of course it will be, man. They're gonna be like, yeah, he's gonna be like Kojima. He's bridged the gap between games and movies and real life. This is no game; it transcends games. It goes beyond.
I wake up in the morning, I piss, I make my coffee, I drink my coffee, then I drop a deuce because that caffeine gets my bowels moving.
Then I pull out my magic ladder and climb a wall. That's what
Who's talking about Red Dead Redemption now? Fucking no one's talking about that game now.
That game is so forgotten. It's not even funny.
What game?
Red Dead Redemption 2. GTA 5 is still out selling and on people's minds way above Red Dead. No one, like a few people over the years I remember saying, yeah, Red Dead's a good game. They announced Red Dead Redemption 2 and now everybody's like this mega fan. I remember I knew it hit like ridiculous proportions when one of the Rocket League YouTubers I was watching at the time, I still watch his videos, but never once did he ever talk about another game. He PC guy, and all of a sudden it's like, oh, I pre-ordered Red Dead Redemption 2, and then made a little video about it. I'm like, dude, like,
those are fallen ass bitches. I swear, these dudes. I heard none of these people were excited about Red Dead 2 until that shit came out, and all this Red Dead at all, like you just said, like nobody was all over Red Dead with the first one like that.
I know some people that really liked it.
Like, no, don't get me wrong. I'm just saying it wasn't to the extent of what Red Dead 2 was getting. I'm like, come on.
What do you think Red Dead Redemption 2 ended up is sold at this point? Because I have no idea.
It was
I think it done well.
It sold pretty well, didn't it?
Well, yeah, it broke the weekend. It did again. They didn't even talk.
All
about
they talked about was sales numbers.
The 750 million.
Yeah, they didn't talk about
1 weekend. To be fair, if you divide, that's still a ton.
That's a red flag right there. They don't tell you. They tell you how much the money they made. They don't tell you the units.
What do you guys think ballpark for PS4 version?
I might lose my lights. Oh,
you got thunder?
Yeah, I heard that shit.
Yeah, you heard it. I heard it.
Welcome to Florida, where it just turns when it's just out of nowhere. It was just sunny like 5 minutes ago.
And now you about to
Florida,
thunderstorm.
All right, so I got the VG charts numbers.
I would say for PS4 alone, only 15 mil.
That's
Wait,
not
for,
bad.
for what? Red Dead Redemption?
2.
Yeah. Yeah.
PS4
Are we guessing?
version. The sales for Red Dead Redemption
We're
2
guessing.
on PS4.
I have them up already.
Oh, I'm gonna guess. Oh, we're breaking down by console.
Yeah, you said
PS4
PS4
first, because I.
Okay, so PS4, I'm gonna say 4.
I'm gonna say.
Yeah,
I'm gonna say.
there's a lot of hype.
I know it sold well. I'm gonna say around 10.
Wow.
I said 15.
Robert's pretty close.
Yep.
What?
Exactly. Yeah, of course, yo.
It's up there.
14.
Oh,
No,
Really?
Let's see what
That's
the
not
Xbox
that's
One
not
did.
surprising, yo.
The Xbox One probably did like maybe
8.
yeah, it didn't break double
Oh,
digits.
just under 6.
Damn, that's
What a
the
drop
worst.
off, though.
That's
Yeah, my God. Because most people played Red Dead on the 360, didn't they?
Mm-hmm.
That is kind of weird.
They
man.
didn't play the best version on the Xbox One X 4K.
I thought a
native.
lot of people played it on PS3.
So still combined, that's like 20 million.
But that's not even close to just the PlayStation 4 numbers of GTA 5.
Oh, what is that even?
I think it's
that
like
game's been around
24.
years. That's not fair.
You can't,
Well, just on the
you can't knock his sales, though. It's still fucking.
Well, I'm saying
It's
the
crazy,
PS4
20 mil.
version didn't come out that long ago.
Rockstar ain't mad about that shit.
What GTA 5 sold like what 50? I'm gonna guess
On PS4, I thought it was like 20 something last I looked.
Oh, that's okay.
What PS4 version came out after the Xbox?
No, I'm saying it came out after the first wave. It was like late 2014.
Yeah.
That's like 5 years
It's been a
ago,
while,
man.
though, yeah.
Yeah, about 5 years.
He
and that
said it
game-
like it wasn't that long. I'm like, what?
Yeah, 20
That
million on
game
the
for a long
PS4.
time.
But that shit is I never see that shit leave the top 10 charts, yo. It's crazy.
The PS3 is actually the highest selling version.
Still?
Where's it at?
I'm looking. It didn't open when it's not letting me click on it. It's on top, but it doesn't give me the numbers.
But
But
they
anyway,
make so much money off the GTI online, the online, yo, that it's like, who cares? They don't need to make another one for a while.
God, the PC version's ahead of the Xbox version. That's crazy.
At
Then
this
they got
point,
virtual casinos and shit.
they need to make Bully 2, yo. That shit. They need to make a Bully 2, yo.
All right, so we were talking about. I was talking about the other Switch, how people are probably going to be trying to fool people on eBay and shit. But for those that didn't look at any videos yet, the battery life is legit like 2+ hours longer on full brightness, running like Breath of the Wild, versus the launch day Switch. So it was like just over 3 hours. Well, that was at 50% brightness. At 100% brightness, it was like 2 hours. Just over 2 hours on the original Switch, and it was like 4:10 or something. 4 hours 10 minutes on the new Switch. So it was like almost doubled. And then what's the wattage is like 5. It's like 14 or 15 watts max, and then the heat's like the same. So it's like, it's definitely, if you play portable mode, I mean that's definitely an enticing improvement.
Can't ask for much more, really. So I suppose for that type of system, it's incredible.
Yeah, and
I was just talking shit. I ain't giving Nintendo my money until I know these Joy-Cons is fixed. They can go to hell.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, if you could get away with like getting the new one for maybe like $50, it might be worth just having a new one. And
I was
stuff,
gonna say, because that's what the battery packs are about. About
Mhm.
50. You get a good one.
So yeah, that's definitely. I mean, that improvement's like undeniable. I just wish they would have done something else.
Yeah,
But
something, just something. Little design quirk change, something.
put some grips on the Joy-Cons, something to hold on to. I mean, they still work without the old Switch. It's like they still work in the dock. Like some improvements would be nice. But anyway, Astral Chain has review embargo lifted, and it's sitting at an 88 or 89 on Metacritic, which we don't usually go by Metacritic, but
we are today.
I know there's some.
Slippery slope.
I know there's some
slippery slope.
people. There's some podcasts out there where they're making fun of Astral Chain when Baron brought it up, dismissing it based on its name and all this. And
Those guys don't play video games.
they don't play video games, but
they play movies.
it's nice to see another exclusive in this summer come out and be well received. The trailer looked good, so I'm not surprised it's Platinum. But Platinum also has had a few of their C&D teams, which we knew this wasn't. This was the director or producer of Nier. But they have put out some kind of stinkers, like with the Legend of Korra game and the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And the Transformers one, I guess, was okay, but
Transformers, no.
I fucking love Devastation, man. That shit was perfect. I love that game.
Of course, that tells us all we need to know right there.
Yeah,
game was trash.
That's disrespectful.
No, I mean people liked it. It's just very short and very repetitive. Like there wasn't.
That was so uncalled for, yo.
So
y'all some cold motherfuckers.
But it's just nice to know that it's another great game, and it's my excitement's been slowly building based on the previews. I was hearing great things about the combat and stuff. I'm still not 100% sure like the rest of the game's gonna be like something I'm gonna fall in love with. Some of the not the exploration, but the missions and stuff. Some look pretty cool to watch. Others might be more fun to play than to watch. But so I think
that's one of the things I was hyped about, just running around as a cop and just doing missions and stuff.
I was that. But it's a little. They say it's a little. What's the word? Misleading based on the trailers and stuff. Like you still just start chapter 3 and you have this one area. You can't just always explore the city or always go to the police. I think the police station maybe is the most frequent, but it's just like, hey, this is a chapter 3. This is its own thing. Some don't even have side missions. It's just one very linear. So I mean, everyone still loves it. I'm just saying.
That's why I rated so high.
I kind of felt like, based on what I saw, like maybe it was going to have like a hub area that you could always be in, but that's not the case. So, but still, people still haven't been.
This could be a good thing, though. A bit more of a focused.
Yeah, that's event. True. That is very true, because it's like not every game needs a full hub area and more open, more everything connected. There's nothing wrong with just having a for sure dedicated chapter. This is what you do. You finish the chapter, you move to the next one. So I think that's kind of, in this day and age, it's almost it's definitely in the minority, I would say, of game design. It seems everything's going more towards the open world, so it's probably cater more to our more old school gamers, people that love the open world. I mean, honestly, other than Breath of the Wild, I was not really that excited about any open world game ever, because I just never thought they were that good. So I'm glad that it's still a Platinum game. It's still a linear style. But I just know some people might have thought maybe we're expecting more of an open world setting based on the treehouse stuff. It kind of looked like it was going to be that way. So there's a rumor going around the next DLC Smash character is trending. Oh, I don't know. That's a rumor leak thing I don't want to know. That's something I want to see because we were talking in the chat about a game that's 3 years old that potentially could be coming to Switch. I know some people, not you, one of you guys, but somebody listening might not want it spoiled, so I'm not gonna say. But like, to me, an old game coming to Switch announcement's not a big deal, but like the next DLC character, I want to see that in a fucking Nintendo Direct or the Smash Direct.
The Smash reveals are just the most hype things fucking ever at the moment.
Yeah, it's a shame, but I'm not gonna even lie, I'll look at them all.
Robert always looks at all the rumors now.
I love the thing is, see, this is the problem. It's like they likely end up being fakes. So I still see him. I like hearing like.
You're the only one here that loves looking up leaks and rumors.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't do it to the same degree Robert does. I'll do it casually.
Sometimes I'll even go out of my way and be like, Nintendo Direct's coming out soon, right? Let's just see if there's any leaks going around. I'll look it up, and I'll.
Like the Direct has already been kind of sort of leaked from what I've heard.
That's what I'm saying. So I'll look it up and I'm like, no, that's bullshit.
Yeah, I'd have been mad if Ipsters would have actually said it in the chat. I would have blocked you. Just letting you know.
If everyone needs to understand, Juice is still an old man when it comes to the internet stuff.
Yeah, but I mean, you
This
know,
man's pretty
No,
spiteful.
I get that though. Like, you know,
I would definitely. I've unfollowed all the people that were doing always posting
It's
leaks
no
and rumors.
different to someone spoiling the end of a recent
movie or
film
something,
or a
yeah.
movie
yeah,
or series.
it's
Oh
very it's the same
man,
thing.
what's going on in the world?
I wouldn't
I was
say that. I don't think I equate those personally.
I was just checking to see. It looks like Astral Chain was trending, and then I saw something about Paul Mooney trending, and man, goddamn,
What?
another hero down. That's all I'm saying. You can look it up for yourself.
Hey, don't do that. Hey, damn it! Nah,
And it's
time.
terrible. It is terrible. But let's move on.
It's time.
Astral Chain is trending though.
Yeah.
I don't know who the person's name is. I don't even know who you're talking about. So
Really?
Paul Mooney. You know who Paul Mooney is?
it sounds
Nah.
familiar, but I couldn't tell you who
You
he
never
is.
heard us call.
Oh damn! I should have looked this up.
Oh, you looked it up. Goddamn.
Yeah,
Why
I'll
you
just-
look it up?
Save it for after the podcast.
Damn.
Yeah,
So-
I was gonna talk about it.
So the
What happened
other,
to be talking about?
I did a juice of opinions on Saturday, giving like my most anticipated games for the rest of this year. I may have gave Silksong a little too much credit. I thought that for sure that was a 2019 game, but I could not find anything to back it up once someone pointed it out that maybe it's not confirmed for 2019 anymore.
I could have sworn it was. I could have sworn
I
it was like
swore it was, but there's nothing. There's nothing anymore.
So remember, kids, don't trust anything that anybody says. Always be skeptical.
So, but just without having to like go over a top 5 or anything, what are some of your guys' like, you know, definitely you're most excited for, most hyped for that are coming out starting probably Friday until the end of the year?
Before you do our top 5, there are 2 things I wanted to say about yours. One, I was surprised that you had Silksong on 2 instead of 1. I was honestly surprised by that.
It's Doom. Come
And-
on, he wasn't gonna
and-
lose a Doom.
Yeah.
And 2, I thought it was interesting, maybe as a topic, I'm not a big tech guy, that you think you won't buy the ukulele game on Switch because you think it will run better on the PS4.
That's
so
not
that
what I
you
said.
think but it was something
Not
with
for that game. I was
and-
talking about.
He didn't say that, man. He didn't
I was
say
talking about like for Ori or something. Like
Don't
if,
put your words in his mouth.
if Will the Wisp or if for some reason Silksong had performance issues on the Switch, then because there's been some games like Bloodstained, which is just
Yeah.
it's just
I got
not a
to
good
listen
version.
to it again then because I honestly thought you said you were gonna buy ukulele on the PC, I think, because you thought it wouldn't run as smooth on the Switch, but then you said you were gonna pick Silksong up on the Switch. That's why I was confused by
No.
that.
No,
So
I was
said-
kind of just saying each game I got to kind of make a decision on, but I was just kind of throwing general things out there. But also at the same time, like I said, I bought this new 4K TV and stuff. So
Yeah, that's
if
what you're
one
saying,
version
yeah.
maybe will give me if everything else is equal. And then also the whole thing about Switch Digital. The more I'm thinking about it, the less like
less inclined you're going to
just because I just don't feel like Nintendo's my purchases are gonna transfer over, and I'm just like,
of course I'm not.
got all this shit to think about. So it's like, where am I gonna buy? I just really don't know at this point. So I'm just gonna have to rely on other things to kind of help make the decision. But I know if I buy it on Steam, it's gonna be there for a while until whoever, I forget who runs Steam, Valve. If Valve took a shit and Steam went bye, then I guess I think that I don't think that's likely. I think somebody would buy Steam and keep it running, but who knows? At this point, really no digital things are safe, but I think Nintendo's the least safe place to buy. So it's like, that's just something I'm thinking about.
Just get it in your just need to get in the head that when you buy digital Nintendo games, you're buying it just for that console.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. It's nothing's going to transfer it over. Nothing pretty much has. You're just buying it for that one machine alone.
And that's
sad truth.
It's definitely it definitely shouldn't. They should at least be working towards making that not the case with like dedicated a profile or whatever that's like all your purchases, everything moves with. And it's not like PlayStation does it. It's Nintendo's not the only one.
It's a bit difficult as well, as we know with consoles, don't we? It's that their ecosystems change quite a bit, and then the devs themselves have to then put these new games and or Microsoft does. They someone has to get these new games onto the new platform. To work. It's not like Steam where it's just there and it'll work on any PC. Things need to still be transferred over somewhere, and that's work. And I think it's always going to be a problem with consoles for quite a few things. But
Yeah,
I don't need that out of my game console. I just want to play games. So all this featured stuff, I don't care.
God damn.
It's just really, but at the same time, I'd rather be playing upstairs on my TV, so that's kind of where I brought that whole conversation. I was just kind of thinking out loud where I have, like, I don't know what the deciding factor is going to be on some of these games. But like Ori, I already have it on Steam, so I'll probably buy the sequel on Steam just to have both of them there. Whether that's important or not, it's enough of a difference, I guess, to one little edge towards Steam, I guess it would push me.
Mm-hmm.
But
hashtag first world problems.
Yeah. If some of these games are going to be
my 55-inch or my 65-inch, what the fuck?
If some of these games were going to be physical, day one, where you wouldn't have to wait, then that would also be a factor. Like, Silk Song's not going to be physical on Switch anytime soon. Probably like a year later or half a year later. So I'm not waiting to wait.
I think it might be day and day, considering how that shit has been going with.
I don't think they even have a physical version announced, though.
I think it's gonna come.
Can we talk about the Spyro bullshit? Can we talk about that? You know what I'm saying?
Wait, what's the Spyro bullshit?
Spyro bullshit ass.
But what is it?
The game is 16 gigs, and they won't put the shit on the fucking cart.
Oh, that.
Yeah,
15 gigs.
Oh,
Excuse me,
that.
not even
I forgot
15.
Yeah.
15 gigs, and they won't even put it on the fucking cart.
That's pretty
They
dumb.
putting it on a 4 gigabyte cart or some shit, and making you download
To be
the
fair,
rest.
all I'm gonna say is, to be fair, they were bullshitting on all consoles.
No. Yeah, you got that right. But the thing is, on the other systems, the shit is huge. It is big files or whatever for whatever
It's not
reason.
that big. I don't think it was that big.
Well, it's big enough. But
It's
here
bigger.
we go, where the game has been just like Crash. The file size has been diminished greatly because it's on Switch, and these bitches, Activision, is being bitches.
I also
Well,
heard
to be fair,
The
Crash
16
team-
gigabyte cart
I was
should
gonna
be
say,
cheap enough.
Speaking
this
of
point.
speaking of Activision being bitches, we also got the Crash Team Racing,
Oh, yeah, I was
Crash
watching.
Team
Well, yeah,
Racing,
I'm saying, that's just
microtransactions.
Well, last
Another
week
negative
we talked about that, and someone's like, "What do you care? What is it? Big deal? Microtransaction? What do you care?" Like, because they put it in after all the reviews were done, and they threw it in when they did their season, and apparently
It's shady. Stop being a shill.
they initially like a car and a character and stuff was like 5,500 in-game coins, which takes forever to get that many. Now that a pack for a car and whatever is now 900 or 9,900 coins. They almost doubled the in-game currency to even entice people even more to just buy the coins with real money. It's just like it's like
shady.
It is.
It's shady as fuck. And like, there's no. How you gonna defend that? I mean, at that point, you just tell them to take your wallet and give them back how much you think.
Why does it even
give you back.
I don't like the season pass structure.
Turn your wallet over to the company at that point. If you're defending that shit.
Like the whole season pass structure for a full price game bothers me, unless it was 40. But even still, this isn't a free to play game. This isn't a $15 or $10 game.
This is a fucking remaster of a PlayStation 1 game.
And it's got season pass shit, and it's just like, why? I mean, there's better ways to prolong.
I missed a bit here. Are you saying that Spyro got a season pass?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Crash
Okay.
Team Racing.
Crash has a
Sorry.
Oh, right.
Team Racing has a
I know I lost you. Okay.
Yeah, Crash Team Racing.
We took a lot of turns.
They added all this microtransaction stuff, and then now they've made it even harder to get the stuff with in-game currency and making it basically you would have to grind like
For hours.
I mean for probably a full week or something. I forget someone made a whole video on it to like get enough to buy the pack. But now they just doubled the fucking in-game price of it. Like so now it's like even harder to get, and you have to grind even twice as far twice as long for this cosmetic stuff, and it's like
You're complaining about having to play the game. Whoa. That's what they'll say.
Oh shit!
It's sad too because the Spiral, from all the hands-on I got on the stream, I got Game Explains 9 minutes of off-screen footage. People were impressed at how well it looks very similar to the PS4 Xbox One version. To me, it feels like when they turn the camera, it looks pretty janky, but the hands-on were that it's very close. They were surprised at how close it was visually.
Take out the opening cinematic.
Yeah, they probably cut that. I didn't know though that it was the game. They got all 3 games in 15 gigs, and then they didn't put it on a cart.
That's crazy, yo.
That's ridiculous.
Witcher. I mean, it's a full price game. It's 60 instead of 40, but still, like, why isn't this game on a damn cart?
Why isn't it on an 8 gig? Why does it have to be the smallest fucking cart?
Why can't this person just jump on these little fucking platforms? What's wrong with it? Who's playing this? Look at him.
Yeah,
once they decide that they're not gonna put the whole game on the cartridge, they give you the smallest fucking cart. It's some bullshit. It is bullshit.
It does look quite nice on Switch though, yo.
What?
Spiral?
Fuck that game.
That's why I feel bad. Like the game itself there's nothing really wrong with the
No,
game.
there's nothing wrong with the game. That's the sad part.
That's the problem.
I mean, it gets a slight benefit, like you said. It's $40. So obviously we don't know the price of a 32 gig cart or 16 gig cart, but Activision's greedy as fuck. So we know that it's cutting into their profits either way. But
we know that an 8 gig was comparable. What was that? 2 years ago to a DVD or Blu-ray.
Mm-hmm.
So 2 years later, you telling me a 16 gig is not close to that?
Man, that's unrealistic.
Well, we're talking about just like Nintendo didn't put an Ethernet port, and everyone's like, well, that cut for every million Switches, they'll lose at least $1 million because that's probably like $1 of production costs. And I'm like, at some point you gotta put.
Man, why is everyone surprised with this Spyro game? I mean, it doesn't even look like it's doing much. It doesn't even look like the grass is crunching under his feet. He's running into those bushes. The bushes are like brick fucking walls.
I don't think anybody.
Jesus Christ!
If we not played Mario Odyssey, what's going on?
I'm just saying.
I think anybody's impressed by it.
Compared to, they're saying it retained a lot of. There wasn't hardly any downgrades from the PS4 version, which is
got no upgrades. That's why it's fucking.
Wow.
I think it's a pretty good looking game.
I don't see the problem.
It looks fine. It looks
but
fine,
it's not
but it's
doing
just
anything
it's still very stiff. It's not doing much.
It's not doing the worlds aren't that big.
It kind of feels like those Unreal Engine things.
It's almost like it's a PlayStation 1 game. The fuck? Jesus Christ!
I would say, it's not visually. It's not. I think Crash Team Racing, they went pretty elaborate.
Oh yeah, they did. They got pretty.
They pushed the visuals quite a bit,
and then Activision had to fuck it up.
And then the Switch.
All the goodwill.
The Switch actually, I'd say that one compared to like the Insane Trilogy and what the Spyro seems to be, the Crash Team Racing definitely had a little more of a hit when it was ported to Switch as far as like the resolution and blurriness, but.
Yeah, but how long until you think we actually get fucking new games for these guys that they want to just keep remastering?
You would think after the sales of the Insane Trilogy, they would definitely be working on a new one, but I don't think they have the capabilities to make a new one because they're.
What do you mean?
You don't have the people.
You mean like
all they did was copy somebody else's work. That's way easier than coming up with something yourself.
Oh, for sure.
But,
so that's how and then again, they didn't want to make a new cart. They're like, you know what, dude, nostalgia right now is that's all what it's about. So they're just like, let's just release that one.
And they ain't making a new one. They trying to hint like they're gonna do. They ain't doing that shit. They're making a new
I
game.
bet you they're making a ton. I mean, they're totally making a ton of money off this Crash Team Racing that they don't even need to make another one. They could just keep.
I would say the Spyro though, the speediness of like changing directions and the moves and stuff, it definitely looks very, very responsive and fast paced. So
yeah, for sure. I've never played a Spyro game.
Spyro, that's how it is on PS1. It's pretty similar to that, but
it's just like with
to be fair, if I were to play Spyro now, one of the originals, obviously I'm gonna play this shit. I'm not gonna play no PS1.
Yeah,
Somebody played that shit.
those warping ass walls.
Like I would
Yeah, I
if it
couldn't stand
didn't,
that
but like
shit,
as of
yeah.
right now, I would rather play that. It
You
makes
know
more
what's
sense.
sad though? At Gamescom, I saw like a tour of the Nintendo booth. It was huge. There wasn't hardly anybody there. In the indie world, they had fucking Silk Song. I forget a bunch of the like some of the best. I'm hearing an echo again. Some of the best. God damn it! Turn your shit down. Somebody just turned it up.
Yeah, I don't know who it was. I'm not
Terrell.
Who doing that shit?
Not me. I promise.
Somebody turned it up.
That's just funny. Cause
Anyway, let's see if I can. I don't know if it was Game Explain. Somebody was doing a tour, and nobody was lined up to play any of these indie games, man. So I just looked Silk Song Switch gameplay. Nothing. No one's got any from Gamescom.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
That's weird.
They don't care about that 2D
God, it
16-bit
looks so
shit.
good though.
16-bit, you know.
I'm just telling you, these guys today don't care about that. All right, 32-bit. All right, you happy now?
What about 64, bitch? I love my polygons.
Shit, that game. I mean, that game rival. I think it's this and Ori and the Will of the Wisp, the two best looking 2D games ever made. Silk Song, and it builds upon the Hollow Knight and even adds more like depth, foreground and background stuff. It's just
We get it. You're
fucking
excited
amazing.
for the game. Ugh.
It's fucking
It
amazing.
could. The sad thing is, it could literally slip under the net. Not completely, but not sell any. There's a good chance that it won't sell or
And
get
to
as
be-
much attention as it deserves.
And
What
to
if-
be fair, Nintendo's weakest market is Europe. So I mean, like, maybe that's part of the reason.
Those guys have terrible taste.
They do.
Well, Germany's pretty big into Nintendo. That's where Gamescom is, but
Except for France. France got their shit together.
France does got this shit.
well,
together.
UK's coming around. What was the number one? What was that? What Switch game was number one in the UK?
Fire Emblem, wasn't it?
Fire Emblem.
was
No,
it?
that was number two.
You check the UK charts more than I do.
No. It was Mario Maker. Mario
Spain,
Maker.
Spain too. Spain got their shit together too.
So
Who doesn't
anyway,
have their shit together?
why don't we talk about some games you guys are excited for?
We tried, and then you fucking went on this tangent.
I'm done.
Son of a bitch.
God dang.
No, actually, Retro Death asked the question we had, and I had.
I know,
got
that's what I'm
sidetracked.
saying. You're both son of a bitch.
Terrell,
I'm too fucking overwhelmed.
I mean, there's a lot of titles a lot of people already know because I've mentioned them so many times. I guess the one I'll push because to be fair, I don't think this has a 2019 release date, and that's what concerns me. I want to play it as soon as possible. And that's my SpongeBob SquarePants Battle for Bikini Bottle Rehydrated.
yeah, they said they had to take their time.
Yeah,
with it.
I know they're gonna take the time, and I'm happy they're taking the time. But at the same time, I want the game. All right, and the game looks
it looks
gorgeous.
good.
Game's
I've never
already out.
played
Go
it.
play
It
that shit
looks
on
good.
GameCube, son.
I already have the game. I have the damn memory cards.
Yeah.
I've never played it, but I saw the gameplay and it looks pretty solid, yo. I'm pretty.
Oh,
sure.
it's an above average 3D platformer, especially based off of like a licensed property.
Oh yeah, I'm down. I'd play it.
No, you wouldn't. You buy it, and then you might play it.
It looked. I never knew anything about the original.
Well, I mean,
Well,
I don't know.
it's about a sponge.
Yeah, but I say if you.
Whose name, Bob?
It depends on where you were fan. Did you ever watch or enjoy?
I never
the
watched
TV show?
SpongeBob.
See, that's
but
why. Like,
I will say this looks, from what I saw, it looks like a significantly further leap than the Spyro and Crash.
go.
Remasters.
Actually, I'm
Yeah,
gonna
I'll take that.
I'm gonna link some gameplay.
I got it up.
I never played it, but can I just ask, was it actually a good game, or were you just all crazy SpongeBob fans?
And they
back
were
then?
kids when it came out, so
Yeah, like I think this came out back in 2000.
keep that in mind.
Like probably
Three.
6. Oh wow.
No,
Look at
it
this.
can't be-
This
it
is a
can't-
fucking.
It can't be 6. It was because it came out on the
I don't
GameCube. It was like 2003 or 2004.
Hey, that world looks pretty cool.
That's
Looks
what
pretty
you
fun.
ukulele should have
it
looked
was.
like.
I don't think it's a fanboy thing. Like I never really watched SpongeBob, but
Yeah,
I think there were several SpongeBob games on the GameCube. This one is generally seen even by non-SpongeBob fans. It's a really good 3D platformer.
Which
Hey.
is, I'm gonna show you
Good.
footage of the original level because You got the remake. I'm gonna show you where it
Okay.
came from. You see, that's Jellyfish.
But that's
Fields.
good though, you know. That's like.
Oh
hey,
no,
look,
the shit. People don't understand how fucking happy the fans were
I mean,
when
this
we
is.
saw that.
I love the colors and the.
Kind
The
of.
level-
This looks like a Toe Jam and Earl game or something. You know, it's the same like a
Yeah, like
aesthetic.
some kind of funky
Yeah.
shit.
I'll put it on. Yeah, let's put it here. Then
I still I want a Toe Jam and Earl, but like that 2D shit. I like the Panic at Funkotron better than that original.
So is this the same
Oh, no,
level?
the first game was
it's
better,
the same level, Jellyfish Fields.
Okay.
Even just the thumbnail looks inherently different.
Good looking game.
What?
Game look good.
What's wrong with T? T drunk
Okay,
again.
I can see they kept the spirit of the level. It's very
See,
similar.
let me just say something, right? Let me just say something. This is what I'm talking about, right? You're all ready to chew up Mario Sunshine, and you're playing shit that looks like this. Look at this fucking game.
I know, right?
Okay, first off,
Game.
I don't talk nowhere near as much shit about.
You know why?
Mario
Because
Sunshine.
at least I
You know
bet
why?
you
'Cause I-
don't got a fucking water pack that controls like not nearly
They
as
all fall
good.
off ledges. And
I
shit,
bet
you know?
if I looked up
At
Super
least I
Mario
had water
Sunshine,
that wasn't a flat fucking texture. Look at that shit. Fucking-
let me look up Super Mario Sunshine because I think your memory's thinking it looks better than it really does.
Yeah, it doesn't look all that much. It ain't all that. Especially them ugly ass Piantas.
I mean,
Was
I
that
don't
wait?
think
Was
it's a
that
bad
T that
looking
posted
game.
a picture of the motherfuckers in the chat earlier?
Yeah, that was me. I hate them bitches.
I don't
To be
mind
fair,
it,
they
though.
are like the most hated Mario side characters.
I don't
Are they?
mind it, though.
I that was just I thought.
No, they
Okay.
are just purely because of they're stupid in this game.
I would say the water
about,
effect
like-
definitely
The water effect, I think,
Makes-
is the best thing about like
makes
graphically
Sunshine.
about the game. The water
yeah.
and like.
But
and
look
the
at these
goof
trees and
effects.
stuff. It's definitely better than SpongeBob overall.
Of course, it's definitely better than fucking
Ain't all,
SpongeBob.
But it ain't-
ain't.
It
Yeah,
ain't
that's
like
that's not even an argument.
you can tell it's the same generation for
I see
sure.
this gameplay and I think fun. That shit
Look
looks
at how
so
boring.
good.
Oh,
wanna
I hate
play it,
that.
man.
SpongeBob was a budget title. What's your excuse, Mario?
Oh,
They had to get it out. I like some of the levels. Don't get me wrong. I like a lot of the levels.
No, I
or
like this level.
a
This
good
level's
amount of
cool.
the levels in Sunshine, but
I thought the level design in this level was a
Get
complete.
those red coins,
But-
Mario. Get those red coins. Yeah.
yeah, this to me, I hate this stuff. Is just
And then you're always fucking
tedious and-
slipping and sliding on
is
the damn
What's that thing that's in the
Google.
sky in this and like is
Oh,
just
it's
dropping all this shit?
it's
That
the
shit
big
was-
P piranha with
Yeah,
the.
people out
You got
there.
there chase them all over the map. That's lame as shit.
You're
Oh,
seeing
man.
people, this is bad level design, and you're praising like the fucking desert and Mario Odyssey. It's like, come on, give me a break.
Don't bring Mario Odyssey into this. What are we doing? What
What
are
is
we
happening? What is happening?
You ain't got
What
no
is
Alright,
happening?
so I progressed further into the original.
Yeah, and now look at
game.
this. Look at that motherfucker, man. What the fuck
Mario
is that?
Odyssey destroys this shit.
That
Get outta
honestly,
here.
that
This
does
is
not look-
actually
Again, SpongeBob is a
PC.
That
budget
actually doesn't
title.
look bad though. What?
This is
Get
yeah.
the
This
fuck out
actually,
of here.
to be fair, this looks better than
This is the
ori-
PC version. This is not
Bro,
the
look
original.
at Patrick the way he moves.
They tried to animate him. I mean, they animated the characters.
Now you're gonna
like
tell
that.
me that Odyssey looks better than this remaster.
This remaster looks fucking
remake.
gold. This shit looks so good. So fucking excited.
That looks better than Sunshine on GameCube.
Oh,
I have yet to watch
Gameplay-wise,
any
that was
gameplay
better.
here, so here we go. My
Can you
first.
close it, Joe?
oh, this is the first time you've seen gameplay of it.
Yeah, I'm not
Gameplay-wise, that
loving.
was
I'm not loving the jumping stuff. The way he had the camera.
Oh yeah, that
Put it in
platform
the
looks
pot.
amazing, guys.
Hot
Yeah.
dogs and rolls together.
To be fair, they said they were working on the camera. The camera was one of the biggest issues of
Yeah,
the
this
original game.
this gameplay doesn't look that great. I ain't gonna lie.
You're fucking crazy.
The world looks good. The gameplay looks pretty.
I don't
You know what the hell
understand
they're
what
doing?
you
How judge the
expect.
gameplay?
Why is he
It's
looking
like
down?
5 seconds of watching the
What do you mean
damn
looking
game.
down?
Why the fuck is he looking at the ground when he's jumping platforms?
All I'm saying is that
The camera is one of the things they said they need to
When
work
did this
on.
Yeah.
become SpongeBob versus Sunshine?
Yeah, I don't understand
I
how
don't
this
That shows you how bad
all
Sunshine
I'm
is.
saying is that people
That shows
chew
you how
on
bad
Sunshine.
is. You got to defend it against
I don't talk
SpongeBob.
this much. I don't. First of all, I don't talk this much shit about Sunshine.
All right, Terrell, what's another game you're excited about?
I'm trying to think of one that we don't normally. I don't normally
just
bring up.
I don't know. Just
Because
say-
I mean, Dragon Quest is that. That's,
I didn't know
that
you were
is-
excited about Dragon Quest.
Dragon Quest looks so good, and I'm so ready for it. Why'd you look at the sword? Why'd you pull up Sword and Shield?
Everything wrong with Pokemon Sword
He
and
wants you to
Shield.
N64 textures. That's what.
He always has to. He always
I
gonna
just
say
figured that's what you talk about. Oh, look how good this game looks. Damn. Oh wait, that's not actual game footage. Just
Oh, I think it's on.
You also picked the wrong video to say some shit.
That's cool. That's
I'm
cool.
just kidding.
You picked everything's wrong.
So Dragon Quest 11.
Dragon Quest 11S. That's great. Pokemon is in
Those
there.
animations.
It's probably like either my second excited. I don't give a fuck what anyone says about the animations, man.
Mario Sunshine looks better than fucking Pokemon. I can tell you that.
I'll be shocked. I'll really be shocked if Pokemon's not your game of the year.
What, mine?
I'd be shocked too, yo.
Yes, she is.
It'll either be that or
I think he's probably gonna go
Hey,
with
girl.
Fire Emblem, maybe.
yeah, but I say it'll probably be either that, Fire Emblem, and
It's
it
not
kind of just
Pokemon.
depends on like Luigi's Mansion and
No,
Yeah,
Astral
Pokemon's
Chain.
looking great. Oh look, you can ride the Pokemon and shit. They got proper animations. This looks. Oh wait, this
Oh,
is
wait a
Pokemon.
minute.
It's Dragon Quest.
This is what we're doing.
Oh wait.
Also, by the way, this is Switch exclusive. You can't ride this beast. I don't think in the.
Oh,
I
that's
mean,
fucking dope, yo.
Look at those
What
actual
the hell?
textures on those rocks. This definitely ain't Pokemon.
There's flowers, there's butterflies and shit.
You know, it's weird coming from Nintendo fans. We're talking.
Imagine
about
what Atlas could do with Pokemon's money.
Yeah, Jesus. Well, this square
No,
here.
this looks
You wanna know why you wouldn't want
Excuse me. I said Atlas.
T?
Great.
You wanna know why you wouldn't want that? Because you
Uh.
was throbbing dicks and
What?
like.
The way he muted and everything.
talking
you
about
just
Shin Megami
throbbing
Tensei?
dicks.
Yeah, you should make up.
What's
Well,
that? It took Square 2 years just to do this on the Switch. My God.
Penis
If
demons,
only.
man.
If only.
If only
Yeah,
it was like this.
If only it was a action RPG.
Oh, that's the hero. I was like, who's this girl with the orange thing on her head?
No, that's his Dragon Quest. That's the Dragon Quest 8 hero. They're using you get costumes.
Where was that girl that
You
was
can
in the
change to
party?
different heroes.
Oh, you're talking about
Honestly-
Jade? She's probably not in this one.
No.
Jade is a later part of me. Or you mean the girl from the beginning of the game?
Serena is in this clip.
Honestly, Rabbids Go Home looks better than Sunshine, yo.
God.
Oh my goodness.
We're gonna get
the
some hate.
Sunshine
We're gonna get
Podcast.
some hate in the comments.
No, T. I mean, Juice. Pull up the
Try
fucking-
link.
pull up the
Imagine what,
Pokemon Sword and Shield footage. I'm tired of this shit. Yo.
Which one?
Trilink, you're right about that. You're right about that.
21
think which-
minutes from 2 months ago.
I'm trying to think.
6
Pokemon
days
Sword and
ago.
Shield?
New gameplay. Here we go.
Is
New
that-
gameplay.
That's not too.
New gameplay. It look like
No, it's probably
it look like GameCube.
no. That's the one where they said they weren't going to be at Gamescom. And
Is
they
that
only
Gale
showed,
of Darkness? What is that?
Gale of Darkness. How dare you, piece of shit?
I mean, it doesn't look terrible.
Yeah, I
No,
understand what people are talking about. Like,
It
oh,
looks
it looked
good.
It looked
It
like
looks really
garbage.
good. I think
It looks like it's different art styles.
No,
People
it's
want to
just
talk about the
different.
wild area because the wild area is an open area and it's look at those trees.
What you put it on?
Fuck,
Those
man.
shoes definitely look better than.
Can you walk in those
oh,
houses
yeah.
without it loading to a screen, you think?
I would
That's
assume
fine.
so, especially because that door is open right there. I'm
Mhm.
not sure. In the
Well,
old
Look
game,
at this world. This world is incredible. Literally no wind exists whatsoever.
Like
what
Breath
the
of the
fuck do
Wild.
you know when to see this
It
man?
looks stale. It looks static. You want to know? I'm going to bring up a good
Every
looking
game can be Breath of the Wild, man.
That's the defense I always hear.
What
It's
the
like
hell's
I
the
didn't
name of
ask
the
for Breath
game?
of the Wild.
No, Juice did. Juice asked for Breath of the Wild.
The hell's
Oh.
Shinnen's new game called?
The tourist.
Oh, the tourist, yeah.
It's spelled
look better.
weird though.
It look better than
It's
me.
got a Y, is it?
It's got a Y, yeah, with the instead of
They're trying to be fucking
You know what?
assholes.
Fucking because
tourist.
Digital Foundries
Why?
out of like Germany, one of the guys is they went to Gamescom. He literally said The Tourist was the best looking game period at Gamescom. Like technically,
pretty impressive.
visually, art direction, everything together.
Shin in for you, man.
I mean, it does look good. I mean, you can't really.
But what I will say is that the water in Sunshine looks better than this game.
No.
Nah.
Okay, wait, real quick. I want to get this out of the way. Who's pro Sunshine and who's like hate Sunshine?
I don't hate it. I just
don't
think it's an
hate it.
average Mario
I just
game.
find it disappointing from what I know.
Do you
3D
think?
Mario
Okay,
games.
here's the question: who thinks that Sunshine is like the low point of the?
It's the bottom of the 3D
I do.
games.
It's my
Bottom
least
of the
favorite 3D
3D
Mario game.
Guaranteed.
Sunshine is my second favorite Mario game.
Oh my god.
Sun-
That means
Sunshine.
Galaxy 2 or 1 is not over that shit, yo.
Galaxy 1 is over. I made a video in my top 5 Mario games like about a year
I may have
ago,
watched
I
it.
think. I don't remember.
Clocked
Like,
it.
yo.
Where's Sunshine for you? Because you're kind of the voice of reason. I think you're.
Barely.
I will actually put Sunshine over Galaxy 1, but not over Galaxy 2.
Fuck you.
Oh, geez.
Oh, man.
Both of you guys are booted.
Robot's reaction was so good.
Cut off their mics immediately.
Galaxy 1 is like
Shadow Fox,
real
you make the podcast next week.
Oh my goodness.
Galaxy 1 is
Yeah,
perfect.
but he's saying Mario Sunshine for life.
He probably loves Sunshine too, so fuck him.
Yeah. Wow. That's
You know how I know, because I remember back when I first was playing it. It's one of the few times in my life I had like a close like female friend where we were like besties, but we were just friends, you know. And
yeah,
she hated
left you while
gaming.
you were
You
playing
turned the fuck
Sunshine,
up,
didn't
yeah.
She hated gaming. She didn't care about it, but she came over and she's like, "Wow, that's pretty, you know, like that looks good." And it was the with all the like structure. What do you want to call it? It's like the shipping yard over the water. It kind of was like all the structure, the steel structure you're climbing.
That bullshit.
Yeah.
And she was like, "Wow, this is a pretty looking game or whatever." And I remember that. And then I was just thinking of when I was like cleaning the beach for the 50th time for the hotel. And I was just thinking about that. Well, yeah, it looks good. And even then I was just like, but do I really like this? But I didn't have a choice. I bought it and I was playing it until
I mean, you had a choice. Not like you didn't have
played
a
it
choice.
till I beat it and until the next game came out. GameCube had a little bit of a gap between releases too, so
His other choice back there was
What was that?
SpongeBob, and he made the right choice.
What's that Miyamoto quote? A rush game is what?
Yeah, the way game will be, a rush game will forever be bad.
Yeah, that's what happened to Sunshine.
Possibly.
Or something.
Wow.
it's not
I
like
forget-
like I
I
said,
forget what the quote is.
it's just for a Mario game. It doesn't live up to the
Right.
rest.
I'm putting in I'm grading them on a scale of Mario games.
No, yeah,
It's
and
still
it's
better
like
than,
Mario-
like-
Got you.
Any
Yeah.
Crash or any Sonic game I ever played.
It's
Oh,
like
hell
people
yeah.
always want something
How can you,
different.
what
in
do you mean
series,
to
and then they did
with a
something.
Mario game? You had like one 3D Mario game. It was bound to be revolutionary. It was never going to live up to 64.
It didn't have to live up to 64. It just had to control better. That's one thing it could have done. like
What I will argue. Okay, so here's an argument, right? Mario Sunshine has more full analog control than both of the Galaxy
I'm not
games.
talking about
which
quantity
don't
of
have-
control. I'm talking about quality.
Yeah, it has much better quality control than
I felt
Galaxy.
like his run speed
No
was
way, the
out of
Galaxy
control.
is so nice and tight.
See, when I started playing the game and you land on the beach in the beginning, because I like the cleaning, and it's not just that I like the controls, but you
I
actually
can't
had
believe
like
it back
a
on
lot.
Sunshine.
I don't know what
You had
happened.
like
to
I'm talking about
GameCube.
Sunshine, and you had like a lot of like moves. I don't understand the thing when people talk about the controls were bad, because you could like spin around and you had like the helicopter attack, and then you could do a flip and then float.
I didn't
over
mind the
water.
water pack
And then
controls.
you could like seriously like do a backflip, float with the water, head against the wall. You were so agile and so much in control of your character. That's no bad controls. That's just bad.
With the
game modes.
jetpack, you had a lot of control, but there was also a bit of a finicky with actually like grabbing a ledge or not grabbing a ledge, and there was just some.
These are just facts. That's all.
It
good.
just didn't. It had a little bit of a inconsistency at times for what things knew I should be able to accomplish. Oh no, I didn't grab that ledge. Oh, I'm falling.
Compared to what? What were you playing at that time that was doing?
I don't have to
things
compare it to
better?
anything. I'm playing that game and I'm not loving falling over and over because I'm not sure if certain things are going to work. I bet you
Or
I'm
you press
better.
the jump button and you fucking fall.
I did
That's another
like
thing.
I said, I
That's-
did
that's a
like
problem.
I did like the jetpack maneuvers, doing the side flip, getting a little extra altitude.
You
But
spray the floor, then you steady flop on the floor. You
I like
slide
running
it,
and
you
sliding,
it's
but
fucking awesome.
that's not enough to carry a whole game, and that's like, I didn't need it to compare it to anything else. It just,
Come on, Galaxy shits on that.
now, looking back, I'd be curious to turn it on and see how I felt about it years later. I haven't
Shit's on it from space.
I haven't touched it. I've not touched it since I played Mario
From the
Galaxy.
sun, literally.
Dude, in terms of music, in terms of the worlds, dude, how many great galaxies there are? The fucking final one. Dun, dun, dun,
So-
dun, dun. Like, come on.
Somebody give me another game they're excited for the rest of this year.
Mario Galaxy 3.
Robert,
That was a remake.
what's your most anticipated game left to release this
Luigi
year?
Mansion 3 is my most anticipated next.
Man, I can't wait for that game.
I can't wait. That's just gonna be so good.
It
And
looks
then
good.
then after that, probably Link's Awakening technically. Because I've never played the original, so I'm quite excited for another Zelda game. You know. And
Look at the grass. Look at the grass moving here when he sucks it up. It's so good.
What?
Go back a bit, Jude.
I
Go back.
wasn't looking, so all I heard.
Yeah, but I was saying that was the thing. I thought just to kind of geek out about like the shit is so fluid, it's ridiculous.
He's like hoovering the grass. The grass is like
Look at
sucking towards the hoover. It looks fucking incredible.
It's such a oh my god.
Look at it now.
What was
Watch
it
it now.
about the GameCube
So fucking
era that Nintendo wanted to put backpacks on all
Look at that shit.
True. I mean, but this game looks so good. I mean, like, oh my god, yo, that's
man.
gone.
Oh, that's what did I
I've
put
heard
it?
people had complaints about this game so far, primarily because it doesn't keep the spooky vibe that the first game
I
kept.
don't know.
Listen,
I don't know,
I
man.
like that the world's not like super well lit. Like that was one of the things I was gonna talk about with Dragon Quest. Is when it got nighttime, I was curious to see what it looked like, and it's like, oh, we just made the sky dark blue. Like
My kids found the trailer really spooky. You know when he first enters the hotel and you've got the pictures of Mario and Peach and Toad up on the thing, and they got like X's marked on their faces. Yeah, my kids were like, "Whoa, that's spooky, man!" They like seeing that, those characters looking like they're dead.
Creepy.
Yeah, but
It's a
I will
complaint.
say there's a certain charm about like old school, like the original Luigi's Mansion looks genuinely creepy even by today's standards.
No, well, what I would say is that honestly, with Luigi Mansion, the original is that like what's cool about it is honestly the atmosphere is if you play it at night, it's like it's pretty cool little creepy thing, and not too bad. They did it's like odd, but my only problem with the for me with Luigi's Mansion is also the controls happens to be on GameCube, and that I hate that there's not a way you can't uninvert the camera going up and down.
I hate that camera.
That shit killed me.
Pocket is like, what are you talking about, invert?
That's
Like-
how he plays, probably.
How we play, bro.
Also, the first Luigi's Mansion.
Option, yo.
Yeah,
And
sorry,
it
Rob.
felt so weird because the left and right is left and right, but up and down is down,
Yeah,
and then
that's
up is
once
it's
you've-
so awkward, and that affected me throughout the whole game. And depth perception felt weird at times. I was like, bro, this shit.
And if you
feels
tried to
dated.
learn the inverted controls, and then it would ruin you going back. Like, it's just the muscle memory is just shot.
I tell you what I always missed as well was the analog triggers because it works so well with the Hoover. The analog
does.
triggers. on
Analog,
GameCube,
yeah, Nintendo. That's Nintendo's
it's
sticking
so
point.
fucking good.
They
gave
gave
it
up on that shit.
They only did it once. It's like you
I
don't
know.
have to do the expensive with the click. Just do a standard.
Yeah,
analog
they
stick.
should. They still need to bring that back. It makes no sense.
And this Luigi's Mansion footage. This is not.
Oh, the
running straight off
analog
GameCube.
triggers. The analog
Well,
triggers work really well
I-
on Sunshine as well. Just to say,
A lot of-
It looks better than Sunshine.
I was gonna say Jesus Christ, guys.
This says
complaint-
GameCube, but this isn't being. This is not being played
That
on
looks
the.
stretched to me.
All I
Yeah,
was
this
gonna
is
say
an
that,
emulator.
the complaint I've been hearing is that like Luigi Mansion has become more arcadey, in the sense that like,
It was.
I think,
Arcadey.
I mean, people
and
feel
it's
like
because it has missions. Because people are like, I want my one
Oh,
big
my
mansion."
original 4-hour game.
I mean, I think they just want a more fluid experience versus like, oh, I do a level, then I go back. Oh, I
But
do
to be
another
fair,
level.
that's what
then I
you
go back.
did. You would still go back to the
Oh, my
to
original 4-hour
Gag.
demo.
And honestly, no joke, I would play the game and I'd come back and I forgot what I did last time. So I'm like, shit, there's no indication where I'm supposed to go, and I would forget where I was supposed to go.
You sound like you want help,
Yeah,
Robert.
this is
what
the
are you?
GameCube
And I was,
footage.
I needed help. I
You
needed
fucking
something.
casual? Is that what you're telling me?
Oh,
Dude,
this is
that pissed me off. Actually, not even gonna
this
lie.
is 360p. This is definitely below.
Wasn't this? This
But
probably
it's still a stretch though. What the fuck?
Well, I mean, you can have
It's
to
not
stretch.
4x3. What the hell?
You
is
have to
this?
stretch it for the sake.
It
of
didn't have a widescreen option because
Yeah,
some
but
of those
it
games
shouldn't
did.
be- It had progressive scan, but it shouldn't be that wide.
I don't know. I know some
I
games.
can't- I
filled it.
can't
Luigi
remember.
Mansion is just thick, man. You just don't understand.
I don't know. I think to be fair, I played it. I played it on a stretched 70-inch.
So anybody else is excited for the ukulele? Donkey
Oh
Kong
yeah,
Country
duh,
type
that
game?
too looks really good. Yeah, hell's yeah. When does that come out though? Because I don't think it has a release date.
They said November maybe.
Yeah, because I actually I don't have that written down just because I forgot.
game?
I
The
only have
Ukulele and the Impossible Lair. It's
Oh, yeah.
it's their take on the Donkey Kong Country style gameplay.
Yeah, I only had a release dates written down, so I forgot that.
And it's funny because they said they were going to do that way back. I think before
looking at
Ukulele
it,
came out.
looking
They
at it,
said-
it looks like they're a lot more comfortable in 2D than they are with.
Yeah, well, they said they were gonna, you're gonna do Ukulele, and don't be surprised to see us use these characters in other types of games.
It looks
And
great.
here we are.
Yeah, you could tell by the movement of the characters. They look so much more fluid and in control. Like
This guy playing took him 3 tries to realize he had to roll and then jump to get to distance he
these
needed.
fucking noobs, man.
But Ukulele is better than Mario Odyssey.
Yeah, it is. Better platformer.
I would have put Ukulele on my list for my top 5, but I don't have it there for one reason. I gotta see more levels, I think, because I'm excited for it, because I love Donkey Kong, Donkey Country, Tropical Freeze, absolute perfect platformers, and I'm certain this game will be a great platformer. But so far, I feel what Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze, for example, that to kind of compare it is, I feel in the Ukulele game all the colors blend way too together.
Visual.
I feel like
Yeah, that's a good
separation.
Yeah, this.
Lacks visual variety.
Let me
right
jump
now,
to
but-
another level. I like the 3D.
For example, the first
hub
level
world.
you saw, I think that's probably like one of the first levels in the game with all the colors and shit. That looked like a jumbled mess to me. I couldn't even see like what the level was that they
Look
were
at
playing.
this on the
so-
stream. This one definitely has way more.
Yeah,
Right.
Tropical Freeze is so much more multi-layered as well. Though I mean, we got to think about budgets and stuff here as well. But it's
Curious what they're gonna charge. If it's gonna
Looks
be
like Jungle Japes and shit.
Is this gonna be a $40 game like the original? It's gonna be.
I think it'll be 40.
It'll be 40 or less.
so the backgrounds here are two. They look 2D. The backgrounds.
Yeah, like the very background, and then the elements in the.
Yeah, that looks very Donkey Kong Country.
Yeah, I think that's like
it
my
was
main
great.
thing with it. It looks a little bit too close to like Tropical Freeze. It's almost jarring.
Man, I don't even care. We haven't had a platformer as good as that, so we need.
What was that,
It literally looks like it's like, it almost seems like the exact same level design in certain areas.
Yeah, I can agree a little bit. It's quite weird, really, isn't it? That you got
Look, yeah. Why? I
essentially
feel like
studios.
it need to be a little bit more unique in terms of. I don't know. It's one of those things where it's like if it's too close to like Donkey Kong, it just comes
It
off
feels like a ripoff.
Even
it
like
feels
where
like,
you
it
got
feels like
hit right there.
I'll go play Tropical Freeze, and I'll
That's
be
a
fine.
fair.
Like, why do I need to play this over Tropical Freeze?
Well, I already played Tropical Freeze, so I want a new.
Yeah, but this
Ukulele.
literally seems like the same kind of game. I mean, same design.
Still, it's new levels, new.
Yeah.
It's not like they're copying the exact layout.
You can still also tell that they don't control as good as Tropical Freeze. I mean, we have to remember budgets and and everything here as well, and the level of animation, just the way Donkey Kong moves when he like scrambles on the floor when he wants to turn left and stuff. It's way more of this where Ukulele here they're literally just moving from left to right with virtually no animation in transition.
Yeah.
There's some merit to that. I mean, Playtonic is going to have to expand their horizons a little bit. After
Yeah,
this
it's too much of remember this?
too much nostalgia.
What's
too
the
much
next one
nostalgia.
going to be? A racing game with
It's gonna be
planes? And,
GoldenEye.
oh yeah, it could be a
They're
shooter.
gonna call it Silver Eye. 006.
Silver Eye.
I think they're gonna do a Diddy Kong racing style game next.
But like when I saw
Yeah.
this footage, I was just kind of like, it's not really that like exciting for me.
I don't know, dude. It's been since 2014 since I've had a solid
Look
2D
like
platformer like
Yeah,
this.
but I don't feel like this is gonna be. I'm not saying it's gonna be a bad.
It's
game.
not like it's that mobile game where you're jumping through the barrels. It's like a straight Donkey Kong ripoff.
I want to play Silver Eye, man.
That's gonna be the best game. That's better than
It's
this.
gonna be ukulele racing. What was it's just Diddy Kong Racing? Didn't they make Diddy Kong?
That means
No,
what,
there was a
Ukulele
racing game
race?
before that, and then it was Diddy Kong.
I would not be surprised if they done a car racer.
I'm
They
expecting.
don't have enough characters outside of the. They need to
See,
have a
this,
few
like
more
this shit
IP.
about you following the fucking I forget what they call the pages
Oh,
or
to
whatever.
be fair, they made up the most of Diddy Kong
Aging.
Racing, didn't they?
Yeah. Diddy Kong Racing had Diddy, and that was it. The rest, some of them became famous afterwards.
Yeah, like Conquer.
Thanks
Well,
to
they
Diddy.
created Diddy though.
Thanks to
So.
Diddy.
Rare created Diddy.
Yeah,
that's
like
true.
some of this design is just too damn close for my liking.
That's your opinion. You're
I mean,
entitled to it.
no. I mean,
God, that looks bad.
Seriously, Mr. Pokemon? Really?
what?
The designs are too close.
The guy who's
Oh
played
yeah,
it,
for a platformer, this is way too fucking close.
How do you feel about the animation?
Uh,
How do you feel about the trees?
it's all right.
I think it's far too close to the 3DS version. for me.
It's not as fluid personally.
Oh, shit.
But I mean, like Clock that
Honestly,
said that's
this
a result
game-
of Bulgent.
This game looks better than Sunshine though.
He's not gonna let you go. He's gonna keep that shit stirring up. Man.
Y'all the one want to be shit starters. This is what
Keep stirring that pot.
What other games? What are we missing? Doom Eternal.
Link's Awakening though.
Too much
Link's
fire in
Awakening.
that game, yo.
Gears 5, biatch.
Oh
Yeah, that
god.
comes out soon.
Who's
Well,
getting
on
it?
my list, for example, apart from Link's Awakening, Luigi's Mansion, I have I talked about that too a lot already. I don't need to talk about it, but I have Darksiders Genesis, obviously,
Do it.
and Borderlands 3, which I'm fucking dying for.
Borderlands.
And
Darksiders
then
Genesis
there's a
is this
game. Those are confirmed for this year. And there's one game I have on my list that I think maybe only T and Clock did heard about. It's going to come at the end of this month. I'm so excited for this. They remade Ninja Warriors from the Super Nintendo, and they like upgraded it, high def it,
great.
high screen. They added like I think they changed some of the levels and shit. And I used to play this with my brother, and we took turns. And this shit is gonna have fucking full simultaneous co-op shit. So I gotta buy that and then invite my brother. I'm gonna go through the whole fucking game again. We finished that game like a dozen times at least. Like I love that game.
It's such a good game.
Wow, this Darksiders Genesis
pretty
looks great.
delicious.
Yeah, man.
Running
It
on
looks.
my
I'll
horse.
tell you what it reminds me of.
What about Streets of Rage?
You know,
When
it's
is
like,
that
it's
coming?
like
Is that your shit?
Diablo, but it just reminds me of like the earlier kind of like Baldur's Gate games that they used to do
now
on
I
like the
see what it
GameCube,
is, yeah.
PS2 and stuff.
First for a
I
minute
love
there.
Dark Alliance. I love that fucking game.
The
That's
first
my
one?
that's my
Okay.
number one. The Dark Side is obviously
Yeah.
my number one.
Well, this reminds me of the Minecraft dungeon or whatever that one was called.
Hey, T, have you heard some of the music for Streets of Rage 4 now?
Yes, man.
Yeah, man.
yes.
Yeah.
What'd you say that ninja game was called?
Ninja Saviors. They call because of copyright reasons. They call it Ninja Saviors: Return of the Warriors.
This game looks so good.
So there's a new version. I never even heard of the old one.
Yeah, Darksiders, man. It looks. I mean, aesthetically, it looks full on like Diablo, man. It's
Diablo, yeah. I love it.
Huh. Yeah, it's definitely
My wallet doesn't, but I do.
some arcade greatness here, man. Arcade greatness.
Did anybody see that Gamescom footage of fucking Battletoads? I mean, come on. The game looks
Oh,
sweet.
That looks a little bit. It's
What do you hate
It's
more
right.
about it? Just
oh,
the
it looks very like Flash gamey.
the art direction, or just how
I tell you
slow
what,
and stupid it looks?
I hate the art direction, but I was watching some gameplay of it, and they were in one room, and there were just so many bad guys coming. They were just in this one room forever, and these bad guys just kept on coming. I was like, "Fuck me, when they're gonna move on? When's this gonna fucking end?" And then they went to the next part, and then the same thing over again. I was like, "Holy shit, fuck this!"
You ever play the original Battletoads?
Yeah, that one
not-
moved quite quick though.
Not that far off.
No, that one moved quite quick. You'd be surprised. You had
The
a few
three?
pigs, and then you move along. A few pigs, you move along. But this one, there was just loads.
That
Should I-
game always
Yeah,
felt so slow to
I
me.
agree. I felt the same thing when I was watching the Battletoads footage, where I feel like you're stuck in one screen for so long, where it feels a whole level is like 3 screens or something.
I used to feel that way about the original one, but that's me.
See, I don't fucking care for this animation.
Look
I
at
don't
how
know what the fuck-
just to get started. Look how long it's taking.
It does like cheap Flash.
It almost-
games.
Yeah,
it
it
almost
looks
looks
like
like,
you're playing a game like I used to play those little Nicktoon games on fucking.
Yeah, that's exactly what it
That's
looks
what
like.
it reminds me of. And
This
I'm
looks
like,
like
oh,
a-
this
the
is
Flash
that.
games.
This
The
looks like
Flash
it was a
games.
cell phone
Oh,
game brought to consoles.
Alien hominid looking shit.
Yeah, like it just looks. It doesn't look
How
fluid.
Hey, but Alien Hominid was a good fucking game.
I
Alien
see-
hominid was a fun
I
game.
can see
It was
what
fast.
they're
This
going
shit is
for, but it
slow as
doesn't
hell.
work.
Dude, yeah, look at they literally are walking like.
Well,
It's like
that's
their
a lot of
walking
beat 'em
animation
ups, though.
doesn't. Yeah, they're gliding across the floor.
But okay, 5 minutes in, it's like they're still in the same spot. I'm
Still
looking
the same
for like a
spot.
3D
It's the
section.
same fucking level. Look, and you can more guys now. They just keep teleporting in. It's
7
fucking shit.
minutes.
Yeah, also the animations are slow as
God.
shit. Yeah, for a beat 'em up,
That
they
is
should be faster
brilliant.
than this.
The
Yo,
characters
why is
look
there
like
grunt?
they've
That is
been
brilliant,
made
my
by
man.
Sega or something like Sonic Boom or some shit like that. It's just like, wait,
That
what
is
should
a-
we do?
Is
that
this
is a
running at
brilliant
60?
comment.
Doesn't look like it. If it is, it's not. You're not playing in 60. It looks like you're
It's
playing
not
it.
fluid. It
Looks
doesn't
like you're
look
playing in
fluid.
15.
Yo, when Visor Grunt said, when you play Silver Eye 006, don't pick irregular work. He's too short to hit.
Nice.
Genius.
All right, well, let's go to Streets of Rage 4 and just see if it's any faster looking. Because beat 'em ups are a little bit slower paced usually.
No, man,
anyway.
you can go to fucking River City Girls and that shit plays quicker.
Oh, you can run in this
fuck, I
one.
can't wait for that.
Look
I'm
how much
saying,
better
looking
this
forward to
looks
that,
than
too.
fucking
I'm about that life, yo.
than
I know Jim don't care, but we're
Battletoads.
forgetting about Damon X Machina. Goddamn.
That's true. I was waiting for somebody to call it out because I'm not excited for it. So I was,
I'm excited for that stupid version I bought through Clocked It. Thank you. We're spending way too much. Did you get that one?
I feel like that game's
Or-
gonna be like an underrated gem of this year, and it pisses me off.
It's gonna be a sleeper. I don't know if it's gonna be a sleeper hit, but it's gonna be a sleeper.
You talking about Damon X
Gonna
Man?
be asleep.
yeah.
Yeah, Damon X
It's gonna be
Machina.
asleep.
Yeah, Streets of Rage looks way more fast, way more fluid. Even though I don't know if
I'm not huge on it. Yeah, the characters again. I'm not
this
huge
got
on them.
changed. This doesn't look like I remember it looking. This I
But
don't
the
really love
backgrounds,
this.
look beautiful. They look
Background,
phenomenal.
man.
I was like, just look at River
Shadows.
River City Girls.
City. Yeah, River
Yeah,
City.
I'm with that. River
Is
City
it-
Girls
is it
shit.
with
I can't wait
waifus?
for that.
Yeah, I can't wait for River City.
Oh yeah, River City Girl. God
It's-
damn.
Wasn't there something more recent?
There was a new trailer for it
Some of
recently.
this shit gonna have to
There
wait
we
to
go.
2020, man. Yeah.
That's more of a pixel art style, but it's not bad.
Yeah, it's some wild shit as well. I saw you could like pick up other girls and then like slam them on the floor on top of other people.
Yeah, it's so
Oh,
good.
I love the fact that you can stomp motherfuckers out. This is
Yeah.
weird shit to me. Like, bitch,
Yeah, why
get
hasn't that
out
been
of
a
here.
thing in other beat 'em ups?
Looks like-
That should have been.
But
You need
animation
stuff
wise,
like that.
I think they're moving smoother as Streets of Rage.
Mhm.
You know, if you watch the characters.
Yeah.
Let's get to some more combat. here.
Definitely better than Battletoads.
Yeah, look how fast you can run too.
Oh, it's fucking
Battletoads
great.
is just sluggish looking. It just looks. I'd fall asleep playing that game.
No one's gonna buy that.
Well, look
game.
at the. I don't know, just the pom pom girl here. That's it's got
Yeah,
way
well,
more personality. It's just way
It's
more
just
style.
fluid
Yeah,
animations.
It's
She
just
just got
lively.
knocked
and-
out.
And look at the moves.
Look at the
man.
original
attacks are
River
just
City
so
Ransom.
good.
The original guy pops
Even
up.
when-
Yeah,
when
because
it- yeah,
because
that's right.
These are his girlfriends. These
River City Ransom was my favorite
Oh.
beat 'em up of all time. If I've never said that.
Oh
That's
really?
so good.
Yeah.
It is a good game.
I didn't own it. My buddy did down the road. He lived a few houses down, so we played it a lot.
Well, mine was Double Dragon 2 for the longest, and then Streets of Rage 2 took that shit over.
So was there a game Damon X Machina from Gamescom? Was there any footage?
I don't
Fighting
remember,
Force?
I don't remember there being any
Yep.
gameplay.
I missed a lot of the live stream. I kind of like the Gamescom like Treehouse, the European Treehouse, almost better than some of the North American
US
Treehouse
stuff?
at E3.
It's because Sam left. It's all worthless now.
It's because they got accents.
Oh.
Accents definitely help. Just make 'em-
Red Cube.
This is the Japanese guy that's sent it. He's the director,
Yeah,
I
he's the
believe.
guy. Yeah.
And he's like really, he sold me on it more. He was like really passionate about it.
See, they've made improvements. That's what bums me out.
See, I don't mind. I don't mind like what they're going for. Just it's just definitely not.
I don't
really
think
my
it.
type
I
of
don't think
game
it. I
Yeah,
don't think it.
I
I don't
wanted
think it
to
demos
get it,
well.
but
It doesn't demo well. I think
So
that's
nobody's
the
buying it but me and Clot?
problem. I'm at least
I'll
trying to
probably
get it
pick it
by
up
this year.
later. I'll probably pick it up a few down.
I didn't even know you could be
down
on
the
foot.
road.
Yeah, your foot play.
Yeah, you got different power ups as well, where
Mm.
you know foot for like your little flowing thing that looks like something out of Fancy Star Online. But it's yeah. I mean, did you play the demo, Juice?
I played it. It wasn't really
So you didn't get
didn't
out
do
to the
anything for me.
Yeah, you can get out on ground in the demo.
This is
I
what
saw,
Star
I saw, I
Fox
saw a couple of Japanese players play, and I was like, Jesus Christ,
Yeah, I know.
the meta's already in there for this. I was like, damn. Feel bad because this game's not gonna sell for shit in the States.
I'm gonna
I
start
don't
a
even expect
hashtag.
it to sell that much in Japan.
I don't think it'll sell better in Japan than nothing else.
Well, I think it'll sell better, yeah, but I don't think. I think this would be the first Wii U.
Oh,
Wow, how dare you?
The first like Switch
Freudian
exclusive.
slip right there.
I was gonna say this game needs an Operation Platinum.
If it sells 1 million, that would be a big success.
It would be huge. What? That'd be crazy huge if they sold a mill.
You think they'd be happy if they sold like 500,000?
Hells yeah.
Probably.
Hells yeah.
I mean, it's a mech game. It's just gonna be niche. It's a mech shooter in 2019. Like that's
Which is
just
crazy.
you're already starting with a small audience.
Robots
Yeah,
are pretty
it's
fucking
kind of
good.
like who's a fan of Gundam? Everyone raise
I
your
wish
hand,
they
and
would-
then like no one raises their hand.
Right. I mean, it's nothing really against the game itself. It's just
It's in a
first, the genre
genre
is
that
very
isn't
niche.
popular.
It's a niche genre.
This,
so-
this gameplay is the same as the demo, so maybe it's just like the improved version. But
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can tell the frame rate's a lot smoother.
I wish. I don't know. I wouldn't mind some on rails sections actually.
Yeah, we heard.
Are you telling me you want less freedom?
we heard Juice.
Just maybe a
Damn,
mix and match.
T. Got that, man.
Just like games that play
you
themselves.
should be able to pick that piece up now. So
Yeah, you can. That shit,
Yeah.
I can. fuck
Cool
with
as
that
hell.
kind of
I
shit.
love that kind of shit.
It's cool as fuck. I feel bad, man. Game deserves.
I
more.
love it. I love it.
I feel bad. This game's gonna suffer.
What was that?
purely
What was
because-
another game that lets you just pick up parts of the air, downed enemies, and blast? I love when games do that kind of shit.
Well, didn't Zelda Breath of the Wild? You were able to take. Dude, Breath of the
No,
Wild got
that's not what
everything.
I'm talking about.
Breath
He's
of the
not
Wild
wrong.
got everything.
I'm probably talking
There's
about
probably
Halo.
been a few games over the years that let you. I just can't think of any.
Halo. I know Halo does it, and it's pretty cool.
Well, you could do it in Zone of the Enders. Zone of the Enders let you pick up bits of like metal bars and stuff like that, and crates and stuff that were around the levels. Especially in Zone of the
Cool.
Enders 2, they've done that a lot more.
Yeah, I just like that stuff.
Does it have multiplayer? No, right?
Co-op.
Yeah, they said this got
Oh, wow.
online. It's got online.
It's got co-op. I don't know. I don't know
I haven't really
about
talked much about it,
competitive.
so I don't think
Because
it's
I
too
feel like
robust.
that this game could probably benefit with some kind of online,
Yeah.
team-based shooter.
I think
type.
T's right. I'm not sure if it's actually ready for launch or not. I can't remember.
I think that would- I
saying,
bet you that would actually sell more if it did.
Yeah, they'll sell about 10 more copies.
with Switch Online. Yeah.
Yeah, true.
Speak to your friend, mates. Tell them what you can do. Text them. Oh, wait, you can't.
I'm gonna start a movement to get this game to sell.
What are you gonna call it?
I don't know. That's what's I'm trying to figure out.
Operation Ex Machina.
Oh shit!
That works. That works.
Isn't Ex Machina like an anime? Isn't there an
Yeah,
Ex
we
Machina
made that-
series?
I think it's Battle Labor Deus Ex Machina.
Well, it's it's terminology for what the fuck.
I think there's just a straight Ex Machina. Yeah, it was a film.
It was a
1 and
movie
2,
Ex Machina too. Yeah,
but not the. There was an anime one.
I'm sure there's an anime. Yeah, that sounds right.
I think I have one of them. Yeah, Appleseed Ex Machina. That's what it was.
Ah,
Yes.
I
T
really like it.
videos again as well. Fucking.
I thought it was
What
Battle
happened?
Labor, but I mean, it's all mechs.
Feels like we're missing some games though. Well, somebody in my juice. Don't forget about Star Wars.
Released already by now.
Don't forget about
Yeah.
Star Wars.
I'm looking
Whatever.
forward
oh
it's
yeah,
called.
Star Wars. Uncharted.
I'm not even gonna lie, yo. That's my probably top 5 for me. I can't wait.
It might. I'm guessing it's gonna be better than it played to me. But it's EA. I ain't buying that shit brand new. Fuck them. I refuse to give them my money.
Dun, dun,
Oh, what?
dun,
Anybody?
dun.
Some people are
Oh, look at
suggesting
that.
that.
Recommendations. What's that?
Yep, T. Look at this. Some people are thinking there's some signs leading towards a direct maybe soon, maybe in September. I know you could say that all the time, but there was there was a leaked. I don't know if it was leaked, but there was a listing for a Switch case for a particular game that's not on Switch.
And it was the GameStop listings, the blank listings. You know how they always do.
Oh yeah, and then a bunch of blank listings and GameStop's like computer system.
That usually happens right before a direct or something.
So, what do you think? I mean, are they just gonna basically re-highlight the games that are yet to come out? You think, type of thing, or do you think they got a surprise in store?
Well, they already got listings for those games, so it can't be.
Well, I mean, but there's a good other ones that don't.
If I was Nintendo, I wouldn't put any kind of like major thing out until next year because this year is pretty much.
I know it's stacked. And we're in September now, and it's just so much coming out. Why?
But I can see like next year having like some early stuff like a Paper Mario would be perfect. I would love a new Paper Mario.
Yeah, they could announce something that maybe come out before E3. I guess.
Pikmin 4. So.
It's been done. I mean, it's almost done, so it should be out pretty soon. Anybody non-Switch games? Anything out there like Gears? Like T said, Gears.
I said Gears.
Star Wars for me, yo. I'm looking forward to Star Wars. And
it's not that I'm not looking forward to Star Wars. It's just that it has EA on the fucking case.
Yeah, that's the unfortunate.
I can't buy it.
I'm about Control. That's one. A lot of people talk about Control. Which,
Control would be a game I'd be looking more forward to if Astral Chain wasn't coming out.
What's the Control?
It's just Control, but like it's like basically like the guys that did
there was a demo
breaking shit.
Yeah, they announced this at E3. I saw that thumbnail.
Yeah, the Psychokinetic one. What was that other game on the PS2 and GameCube?
So this going to be light on gameplay. I'm guessing if it's.
Well, I also want to play Concrete Genie on
PS4. Redfield
on PS4.
It's going pretty soon as well. So like a couple of months.
Yeah, it comes out I think 2 months or something.
Concrete Genie. What?
Concrete Genie. It's like
that's an interesting name.
It's that kid who would spray paint and make genies.
It's like a visual feature game.
What about the duck game? Where is that?
Yeah, what happened to the goose game?
It's a goose.
Yeah, I don't know.
Untitled Goose.
It's probably just a funny concept, but couldn't really build a whole game around it successfully or something, or it's just a small team can't really having issues or something because that was a long time ago they showed that.
Nah, again, this game Control like I
don't think there's a lot of Control you'll actually be doing though.
Yeah,
if you go forward more, there's like you're able to like go to this other like dimension.
Very stiff in her walk.
Yeah, something going on with like the way her pants are moving. It just don't look right.
Well, go forward, go forward like to.
Oh, look how pretty this environment looks, though.
She looks like her legs goes up to her.
Yeah,
back.
it's like I don't know.
What in the world?
It's like her pockets are like going
heavy.
in funny, like when she takes a step. But I mean, it looks pretty, so of course.
Realistic lighting, though.
Her hands are like claws.
I'm waiting for a Switch.
Why does she keep stopping like that? She like stops on a weird.
Just play Resident Evil 2. Trust me. If you haven't played Resident Evil 2, don't play this game. Play Resident Evil 2 remake because that was a great game.
Yeah, that's the original. I also gotta pick up
remake.
I gotta pick that game up too, yo.
This demo, I swear, all the gameplay I've seen, she's chucking stuff everywhere. This demo has just been walking so far.
Yeah, that's a walking.
It is the worst demo of all times.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
She's running now.
The environment destruction looks really good in it.
There you go. Right there.
We go.
On this shit.
Yep.
Maybe
this ain't the gameplay. This is a Metal Gear Solid fucking training mission.
That's what it looks like. Oh, she got a gun, so there is some.
Just better.
There you go.
But it's like 3 minutes of that. Nah, again, like it's a game that, to be honest, like I mean, I didn't beat Quantum Break, but like,
we're not surprised.
Wow.
It got boring.
He's like,
okay. Wow, yeah, this looks way more interesting now.
In the world.
What?
Y'all so stupid.
Oh, pretty cool.
I'm also looking forward to
No, this looks way. This is like complete
Oh,
action
look at
now.
it now. This is great. Oh,
This
is
ain't no
commercial.
fucking walking around.
No, yeah, I'm looking forward to like Borderlands 3 also though.
I
Stuff
feel like
that.
the running theme of
Fuck
this
yeah.
podcast, this week has been just get ad blocker because we're tired of seeing this shit.
It's just more interesting in the games.
Honestly,
Oh,
I mean, honestly, yeah, it doesn't look bad. It's just again, Astral Chain comes out with the same day, yo. It's
I'm
like,
just trying to get some control in my
That
life,
shit looks
yo.
hilarious.
Oh, look at that ragdoll there.
Yeah,
Ragdoll physics.
Push him.
that's fun. That's
Push
fun.
him out of the way. You
Where's
stupid bastard.
Anime opening for the
What?
Astral Chain.
Astral.
Oh no! Don't show me. I don't want to see.
No.
Don't
Don't
look
do
at
that. I haven't seen it.
I do that. Don't do that.
Do that. I've lost so
Don't
much.
look at it.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
like,
don't look at it.
I'll cover it up. Then go on. I'll cover it up.
Fucking dickhead.
God damn.
What about Link's Awakening, yo? You didn't put Link's Awakening.
No, I don't want to see. I don't want to see that shit either.
I already own
No, I
it.
mean things that have already happened.
That's
I mean,
called
I'm-
claymation.
I'll pick it up and I'll play it,
hope
but
you-
it's
You
just
got
like
no choice, chat. You
It's
gotta
just like
watch this shit, I guess.
Shadow of
Apparently,
the Colossus.
Mario
It's just like
Kart-
Shadow of the Colossus.
um,
Like I picked it up, I played through it, but I wasn't like excited for it, even though I loved the original and I liked the remake. But it's hard to get excited for some more straight remakes where they follow the game so close. You know,
Mario Kart 2 is dropping September.
Hey, why don't you
25th.
show Luigi's Mansion next?
Wait, what? Mario Kart 2?
Mario Kart Tour, the mobile game?
Oh.
is-
Yeah, the mobile game got a release date.
I was like, they're making a. What is that? Mario Kart 64?
Click some
Mario Kart 2 Rock.
Oh my
Can we see some Gamescom footage of Luigi's Mansion again?
yeah, I'll bring it up. I didn't want to get too far into the footage. 'Cause
Yeah,
I don't want to see like how to solve a puzzle or something. What the fuck is on Luigi's nose?
What?
It's a snake. It's a snake.
Yeah, it's
You
a
gotta-
snake. Yeah, it's a snake.
You got like
Go
ground
back.
pounded up or something.
Oh, that's dope. What the fuck?
Let me rewind this and see
There's
what.
snakes to the grass, man.
Even the guy's cracking up. Look at he's having a good time.
You think about his paycheck. I don't
in my
trust that shit.
motherfucking hotel.
He laughing because he's getting paid.
It sucks that you
Yeah.
couldn't really see it coming.
I don't trust that shit.
That guy was having. I don't know. He might be having fun.
I just looked at my bank account.
What the hell was that? Jesus Christ.
Oh, I got so much money in my bank. Look.
Did
He
you-
was just laughing. He's like.
It's like
"Enjoy
the
it."
Ozzy Man reviews where he does the voiceover to videos.
Yeah, that shit was hilarious when you
Dude,
showed us earlier.
I re-injured my back. I laughed so hard.
That shit was funny.
God.
You liberal snowflake cuck.
Where's your proof? Where's your source? I don't see a source. Send me a link. It's so true to how
pretty
people
good.
argue on the internet.
Tell you what, shit. Your face is shit. That's what fucking shit. Your face looks like shit.
It's funny without even watching the video, but the video makes it like twice as funny. I'm sure that I didn't even see how many subscribers he has. I'm sure he's pretty popular.
I think he had like 3.6 million or something.
Is he more popular than that girl who has all this great collection and
Oh no.
Are y'all just not finding her? I found her like
giant
6 months ago.
chesticles?
Yeah, we should do a poll. Do you think this game collection is hers, or no, or not? Yes or no?
Views
I-
don't
Wrong video.
go on me. That's not my views.
Don't be chest shaming. I mean,
She has a
I'm
$20,000
based on
problem.
Her speaking knowledge, her
I think she needs to go back to Walmart and find a smaller shirt, though. This one's a little large.
Oh God.
What in
Oh my
the
God.
world?
And he puts it on the screen.
how many people watching this right now?
What are you doing?
37.
She just gained
Jesus
37
Christ,
subscribers.
yo. This is so unnecessary, yo.
She gained 37 subscribers.
I'd be shocked, though. I'd really be shocked if this was her collection. Not because she's a girl. It just doesn't. She doesn't.
No,
feel
it's not
like,
about her being a girl. I mean,
doesn't
obviously, there's
feel
plenty of games.
genuine that she's really excited about this stuff.
Right. If you hear her, you listen to her.
She sounds like a
talking.
paid spokesperson to me.
Right.
I may be
That was
wrong.
my issue.
I just feel like her and whoever's filming and had this idea, and they had an idea.
That's what I said. Whoever's behind the camera, that's who that shit really belongs to.
The following views don't correspond with mine.
I got $20,000, people.
Why you getting bent out of shape? Like it ain't it that big deal. It's just it's
I
like
just realized she had red hair too.
She's gonna have
That's some next gen level shit.
That was a joke, by the way.
Yeah.
All right, too much Luigi's Mansion. Too far into that demo there.
I'm about a Guiji.
Robert's got some Guiji in his pants now.
Nice.
Oh shit! All right, let's go to that. Let's check the Discord.
Oh, spaghetti.
We got a few more questions, so let's go.
Oh
We'll go to
my
we'll go to the Discord now.
Look at this beautiful specimen.
Now I understand why Ruby hasn't been back in like 2 months.
That's not. We're being real here. That ain't.
They know what they're doing. Trust me. That shirt was picked out intentionally. That was no accident.
Right. I mean, it's obvious. Like,
there's nothing. There's no. Like, the only problem I have is if you can't. If she would deny that was intentional.
right. I don't care that she's doing that shit.
Yeah, I don't care. Just don't. I don't know. Maybe she's. I don't watch any of the videos. Maybe she's all upfront about it. But if there's a reason. She chose to wear what she wore,
Jesus Christ.
Anyway,
if I can get 5,000 subscribers in 2 weeks, I'll wear some tight ass pants. You gonna look?
Hell yeah, yo. I be fucking getting.
put a kibasa on your leg.
Oh my
I
god.
don't gotta do all that. It's already Let me...
All right, guys. So Motoko favorite cum dump asks,
Wow.
What?
Sorry.
Wow.
What is the worst Nintendo home console?
Oh my god.
Shall I go first?
What a name, yo! Holy shit.
I can't even.
I didn't even notice the name, so I started reading it. I literally didn't even know it, so I started reading it.
Oh my god!
I saw Motoko or Motoko, and I started...
like it wasn't a big deal and shit.
So somebody's dying.
Saying Sam or some shit. That's what made it even funny.
It came out of left field, yo, so quickly.
I just thought it was gonna be something from.
I thought he was joking.
Thanks for submitting a question, Motoko.
Hey, come on, name him by the full name.
What is the worst Nintendo home console, guys? We gotta figure this out.
Oh man! Oh.
I can instantly.
Is it based on the library? Is it based on the quality of the system? That's.
I guess it's based on your personal, right? It would be your personal.
I think
Jesus
I think the
Christ.
Switch is the worst as far as from Nintendo, as far as like build quality and stuff. By far, they're worst. As far as my least favorite would be the GameCube. So.
Nah, my least favorite is
Even though you have Mario Galaxy and even though you have Fragile Dreams, I fucking hate the Wii. I goddamn hate the Wii. It ruined several games that could have been better. Something always irked me about the graphics. It felt there was some weird glow. I don't know. The motion control bullshit, the way it looked, I fucking hate the Wii.
Oh
Yeah,
my god.
it completely ruined Metroid Other M. That's for sure.
For sure, they ruined the Metroid franchise with that one. What else? Clocked it. Do you have a least favorite? You have to have.
Yeah, I
least
think
favorite.
so. I think so. Just as of now, I would say the Switch is my least favorite Nintendo console. But when I say my least favorite Nintendo console, it's such a stupid thing to say. It's like
Your least favorite kid, right?
console. It's like every Nintendo machine has been so fucking good for so many reasons. The Switch right now, I'm absolutely loving it, and it's getting all the games.
It's only 2
But,
years.
but right now, just where we are, and plus with a few other things, I've got my memories of the NES, which just changed gaming for everyone. Super Nintendo, I mean, fucking come on. The N64, you know me by now. Fucking N64. GameCube was a fucking shizzle. I fucking love the Wii. The Wii is one of my favorite Nintendo consoles ever, and the Wii U is one of my favorite Nintendo consoles ever. So it's just, the Switch right now. Let's just say for the Switch we took away Breath of the Wild and Mario Odyssey, right? Those two. Let's just say we took those away. You're starting to get a bit. You still got some great games, but for me, it's starting to claw a bit. But the Switch is only 2 years old, so it's just right now. It's still currently my least favorite Nintendo console, but only by a tiny little.
And it could end up with the best library Nintendo's ever put out.
The best library, and and then I can't. It's hard, isn't it? When you think system wise, Wii U has had the best feature set. I feel for me, in terms of what I love the most with a Nintendo console feature set wise.
But going back to it, I will say how long it takes to boot up and then boot a game up it's hard to go back to that.
Talking about Wii U?
You can forget stuff like that. You can forget stuff like that for me, at least in terms of just your memories and your experience. But just right now, just a Switch, just because it's 2 years old and it still has a lot to prove, and we've had a lot of issues as well. So.
It wasn't any worse than 360 or PS3, not really. Oh my God, 360! Goodness gracious, it took forever to just get past the fucking startup screen.
Yeah, you're right.
I'm with you, Juice. It was the most disappointed. It's not like it's a bad system. It's just potential coming out of my favorite all-time console. It didn't live up to, what I was hoping for.
Yeah, they did. They made a lot of weird choices. Like we talked about the super small memory cards that only one save file for Madden on it, and they expect you to pay $20 for each one, and just the short controller cords and just a bunch of weird choices. Is kind of.
I get why it's loved, even though nobody bought the motherfucker. People talk about it like it sold 100 million. I get why it's loved, and that's because it, power wise, it was on par, better than the competition. It got a lot of third-party games, so there was that, and I think that's mostly what it's from. Yeah,
for me it's that, but not just that though, because.
Can I finish my thought? Some of us, I was about to say what I'm sure you're about to say. Some of us more core fans, obviously we got farther. We got more out of it. We got some of the exclusive stuff that we cared more about. But I think overall, I'm talking about the overall GameCube enthusiasts that came out of the woodworks 2 generations after the GameCube came out, because nobody had a game. I didn't know anybody with a GameCube.
I knew one person
do that. Like I didn't know anybody. So I think the come around and that happened is similar to Dreamcast. People came around to Dreamcast, great console. Really, I didn't see you there on 99. I didn't see you there at 99 buying it, but okay.
I'll throw some quick shade. Got 2 seconds. I'll throw some quick shade because there's a good point in that, because recently Spawnwave just came online.
Yeah.
Literally just started collecting GameCube games, right? And he's building.
Well, he said he had one before. He said he had one before, and he traded it off for 360. I can believe that. I can go with that, because a lot of people did do that. I mean, I almost did it, but I was like, I'm gonna be mad when I do that. Don't let me do that. I almost did it for PS3, for God's sakes. Oh God.
But like you were saying the thing like with because I got quiet for you, but now I want an answer because you started, because I was gonna say what I liked it. You had the third party and the power. I like the Wavebird control, and I was gonna say, and it brought a lot of new Nintendo IP, a lot of new games. You had like a Star Fox Adventure, Chibi Robo, Luigi's Mansion. It brought a lot of new shit, and that's what I was going to say. But then you started. Yeah, it is a Star Fox. I don't care what people say. Super Mario Brothers 2.
Star Fox Adventure, really?
Star Fox Adventures is a Star Fox game. I like it. It doesn't matter. It brought it. But my point is, you started saying that shit now, but then you started saying it's my least favorite system because a lot of people didn't buy it. I don't get that argument though. Why is it your least favorite?
No, he's just talking about how people are all of a sudden crowning it.
You're not listening, man.
You didn't give an answer. I was listening.
What's the question, though? I don't even know what you're saying.
Why it's his least favorite system?
I told you that before I get into anything else. I said coming off my favorite system, the N64, the potential was there. but it didn't live up to the potential as far as I saw. Like especially when it came to first party stuff. Like coming off Super Mario 64, I expected like Sunshine to be 10 times as good, but obviously it wasn't for me. Wind Waker, we got Wind Waker, which was beautiful, but it was a disappointment to people who won't even admit it, because we got that 2000 Space World thing, and everybody wanted that game. I don't care what you say. Everybody wanted that version of Zelda,
and after
that's why when they showed Twilight Princess, everybody blew their fucking minds. They were, oh yeah, because they wanted the realer, more realistic take on Zelda. And at the time, that all that talk about kiddie shit when it came to Nintendo, it was at its peak. And then they showed little 10-year-old Link winking at you and shit.
Purple lunchbox.
And that turned a lot of people off. It did. If you want to admit it or not, it did turn off a lot of people.
I think he was just making a separate point about how now the GameCube is so much more beloved than it was when it was out. That's all he was kind of.
I'm not saying a little bit more.
Like when Wind Waker was revealed, I had that reaction. I was one of those people who were like, "What the fuck? This is my Zelda. Where's the thing?" I was like that. So, but that's like one random point. I know when I think GameCube, like I said, they have all the shit that they brought, like new games like Pikmin and shit. There was so many new games and it looked great. And I don't know, I just had fun with it. So I don't know, it's weird.
They had new games, but they were all small, bite-sized type games for me. I didn't
say I didn't like the GameCube. I said it was the most disappointing Nintendo console I played. I still enjoyed it. I have like over 100 games for the goddamn thing. I still, enjoyed the game system when I had it, but there was something I can't put my finger on. There's something off about that system that I was missing for me.
For me, it was the first party,
and it was the first party. That was
other than Metroid Prime delivered, like you said, the new IPs. Pikmin didn't blow me away. I didn't even finish it. I think I rented it, the first one.
Man,
even though I loved Wind Waker,
play 2.
that feeling was still there.
I didn't Star Fox Adventures. I traded in right away. I thought it was trash.
Way overrated.
Luigi's Mansion was a 5-hour game that I beat on a rental. Like it just didn't have a lot of like big lasting games for me. I'd say the most memorable games were Resident Evil 4, Metroid Prime, and
Star Wars Rogue Squadron.
Probably that one.
Blew my mind when I first saw that game.
None of the other games have a legacy with me.
I don't get it.
And by the way, here's the thing.
Just give it over Smash Bros, fucking Paper Mario, Animal Crossing, Double Dash, fucking MCO, Wave Race.
Here's the thing. F-Zero came out after the 360 was out. I mean, not that it takes anything away from it. That's another thing too. I didn't just have a GameCube. I wasn't sitting around with it. I had a PC at the time, and I had a original Xbox. So I was not. All those games, people that love, especially third-party stuff, I was like, well, that doesn't do a whole lot for me because I can get that on this other stuff. That doesn't make the GameCube better. It doesn't make the GameCube more unique that I can play these third-party games on it because I have other ways to play them. Now, if that's all you had, yeah, you're probably one of those people that was really crazy about the GameCube. That's fine. But I'm talking about my perspective. Like for me, the first party. They were dropping new stuff and all that, but it didn't go where I was hoping it went. The GameCube was supposed to play DVDs. They changed their mind. Like that was a thing. They said they was going to play DVDs, and it just was a lie.
I get about that shit back then just as much as the Xbox One now. I wanted to play games, not movies.
I know, but Clocked It listed a bunch of games, and every one of them.
On one thing that you can, make a point on. I'm talking about all these different things that didn't that made it disappointing for me.
Yeah, I can understand that people don't like the first party games on that. I can understand that, but I mean, it's like Clocked It named like the whole list basically. Animal Crossing, Fire Emblem, you get Metroid, Pikmin, Mario Kart, Luigi's Mansion, Eternal Darkness, all that shit. Like Mario, there was so much shit on that. Like, let's not pretend it didn't have good first party games.
Again, I can break all those games down. Eternal Darkness was a cool game, but gameplay wise, it was meh. Like it was just all right.
I think it just depends on how you felt about the library, really, because to me, most of those games are average or below that you named, other than Metroid Prime.
Everybody talks about Eternal Darkness like it was this great game. Yeah, it was. I love the atmosphere.
Cool experience.
Loved the story, but it was just like, oh yeah, target their limbs and chop them off, and then that whole sanity meter thing, it wore off pretty quickly for me. It was like, oh, that's cool in the beginning, but after a while, it was just like, all right, let's get past this so I can keep going in the story here.
Yeah,
So,
it just for me, it was a different time too, where gaming was a little bit less on the forefront. But I played most of those
Mario
games.
Kart Double Dash though got probably the most play because boy, I got play.
See, I didn't like that
playing
one.
that game.
That's my least favorite Mario Kart game. So it's like every game you name is either my least favorite.
I don't love it, but I'm just saying like I had a lot of fun playing it because of the multiplayer and friends and stuff. That's what I was saying.
So basically,
the funny thing is that I was just gonna say quickly. The funny thing is, considering how much I love the GameCube, the only games most people do like about it, like Mario Kart Double Dash and Smash Bros. Melee, those are my least favorite in both those series.
Yeah, I played Smash Melee probably 15 hours.
Wow.
I don't know how in the fuck
Wow.
that's possible.
I mean, how many times can you play through the adventure mode? Like how many?
I think you don't know what fun is.
I played through the adventure mode with like
that's my response to that shit.
It's like I played through adventure mode with
Melee.
almost every character, and then I was like, all right, there's nothing left for me to do.
To be fair, I had more hours than like Brawl.
But that's another thing, though, right? Is that
no one else had a
Melee was
GameCube.
online, like, and it should have been. Nintendo should have got their shit together and made the GameCube online for everything.
Didn't they have an attachment in Japan?
For one game.
For 2 games.
Phantasy
for Phantasy
Star.
No, the broadband adapter released in the UK as well, and it was primarily designed for Phantasy Star Online.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
1 and 2 that was released on in that same disc, and then obviously Mario Kart was meant to be online, but that never happened.
That's the thing that held it back the most because I talked about it.
I disagree with that. I disagree with that.
Double Dash was online. If Smash Brothers Melee was online, if these games were online like that system would have sold a lot.
Welcome
better.
to the GameCube debate podcast, everyone. I will just say one last thing. We got to wrap this up. So, like I said, you name all these games. For me, they just didn't hit home, and because it was at a time where there was no more split screen gaming, I had no friends. I didn't have friends that were interested in playing Smash or Mario Kart anymore. So I didn't play those with anybody. So just playing the single player really diminished Smash and Double Dash and those 2 games specifically that everyone loves. Animal Crossing. I don't think I ever even played the GameCube game. So I was disappointed in Wind Waker. I was disappointed in Sunshine. The Blue Storm was disappointing. Wave Race. I mean, it was good, but it wasn't what I was expecting. And it's just like the rest of the game. My library was some decent games, but nothing that really stuck with me. Like, that I really go back and have super fond memories. Other than Resident Evil 4 and Metroid Prime, those are like my 2 most fondest memories of gaming on the GameCube. But anyway, we've gone on long enough. We're at the 2-hour mark plus. So
I'm gonna make a podcast out of this.
We're gonna have to do a separate GameCube debate podcast or something, and because we really got off topic. So thanks for asking that question.
Fucking cum
dumpster, whatever the hell it was.
Wow.
Robert, real quick, what was your least favorite Nintendo home console? Did you say it?
I mean, to be fair, I would probably say the original NES, just because kind of like I feel like everything else after this evolution and is better.
Yeah, I mean, you grew up with the Wii.
Fine, I can roll with that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't even. I mean, it was great at the time, but the Super NES is so much made so much more leaps in gameplay and everything. It's hard to put the NES above it. But anyway, we'll save the rest of these questions for next week. I don't see any others that are going to really spark up a major debate.
But that's the one, man.
Anyway, we had a good audience, so thanks you guys for listening to us debate. And what's your thoughts on the GameCube? Good, bad? Where does it rank? It seems to be either people's favorite or least favorite. It's one of those.
Yeah,
I love how durable it was.
It's a strange time.
I don't see it too often in the middle of people's lists. It's like, oh my god, I loved it, or oh my god, I hated it. So anyway, that's gonna be it. Unless somebody has some important final thoughts or anything they want to say, something they got coming up or anything. Because I didn't give Terrell a chance 2 weeks ago to talk about his trip and his final thoughts, so I don't give that opportunity. Nothing.
No.
All right. So we'll be back next week. We're gonna debate whether the N64 was a good system or not. So look forward to that. and maybe we'll do handhelds because I think the Game Boy was not that great. So we'll talk about that next week. We'll talk about that next week.
You just opened your
head on the
How
N64.
dare you?
All right. We'll see you guys then.
What the hell?